Ladies and gentlemen, it is top 8 action here at the Virtua Fighter Open Championship online qualifiers for the APAC region. Berserk and Poch Spice keeping you guys company. Berserk, we went through the pools, now we're at top 8. How you feeling? You still amped up for this?
Yeah, this is great. It's been such a high-level tournament already, dominated by Japanese players, as you might expect. We've seen a few bright spots from players from other regions, and I think we'll just have to take that for what it is. You get a chance to play great players and learn a lot. And we've got a few players we've been watching through pools who are now we're about to see more matches, and there's been no dominant performance that we've seen. It's all been back and forth, so we're up for some great matches.
Close matches. And if you guys have the time, do support and follow TNS to watch the pools matches that we were particularly watching. And watch in particular Rayora's match. Also, Gorgonzola had a good run too. But we are at the top 8. Again, shoutouts to Sega, Steam, and Nvidia for putting this all together. Again, this is just the Open Championship online qualifiers for the APAC Region 1. You still got to go to next week, so we're going to explain that here. Qualifier 1 is happening before your eyes right now. We're going to get the top 4, and they will head to the regional finals, and the qualifiers for next week is heading to the top 4 for the regional finals. Then the finals will be the Open Championship Global Finals, but the dates to remember are next week and September 21 for the regional finals, Berserk.
Yeah, and that's 2 qualifiers, 1 regional finals. The regional finals is where the prize money is at, so all the players here are hungry to get into that, and we've got prizes up for grabs. Like we said, first place $1,000, second place $450, third $300, and a nice split between 4th, 5th, and 7th, which are all tied placements. And the big deal is, of course, the top the top 2? The top 2 from each qualifier go through to the regional, and the winner of the regional goes through to the finals.
So a lot to be celebrated here with Virtua Fighter on Open Championship. So again, shout outs to them for putting, shout outs to Sega, Nvidia, Steam, and TNS for putting this all together for us to celebrate the game that is Virtua Fighter. So cannot wait to see how this one's going to shake out. And talking about the matches, right? We saw kind of a plethora of characters. Were there any notable standout characters and players that you like to highlight before we head towards to see who the top 8 are?
Yeah, so we're going to see some players we've commented on earlier returning in the bracket. So
Densetsu in particular.
Yeah, Densetsu is looks like the one to watch at this point. With his Jean play, he actually was challenged really strongly by Eileen, which is Rayora. And that's probably the toughest time he's had so far, even though many of the matches have been really close. So those are the standouts so far. I think that's what we're looking for. And I think we've taken a shine to Gorgonzola on name, and solid performance with Lau, which was in the lower bracket, but hasn't made it through to this top 8. We had Janu as Jackie, which is one of the strongest characters. We can look forward to more from him. And what about yourself?
Yeah, in particular Janu, I guess maybe recency bias since that was the last match we saw in pools from to qualify. Can't wait to see more of his Jackie pressure. Was really able to open up the offense of Lau or our Gorgonzola. But as you mentioned, I think we were talking about the different players to watch out for, and Homestay Akira actually got eliminated. A lot of the top players, you also getting eliminated. So just goes to show that this Open Championship qualifiers really paves the way for other names to really make their way into the mix and into the world stage of Virtua Fighter Open Championship. And like you said, top 4 is going to head towards that regional finals.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a surprise. We were tracking back to see what was the journey for some of these players, because obviously we've only got a small window of a huge tournament, like 126 players today across a whole range of regions here in APAC, which encompasses different, player strengths and play styles, different home, communities for the game, and something that we were talking about earlier in terms of the Japanese players is we've noted that there's players from some of the strongest regions of Japan who are playing every month in team tournaments where it's almost invitational required. You have to be a strong player to go into those tournaments, which is the Tokai Bay And then there's the Mikado tournament players who play weekly. So even what you'd call mid-level in Japan is of us.
Oh yeah.
Out here in the land of the mortals.
Yeah, big fish in small ponds over here at where we're at. So yeah, like you mentioned, the Tokai Bay Cup is the prestigious team battle tournament that happens in the region between Tokyo and Osaka. Again, shout outs to Toto for giving us the scoop on the Tokai Bay Cup, as well as the Mikado Arcade tournament, where the mid-level players, which have been putting in the work also when it comes to helming Virtua Fighter and really honing their skills. And if it's any indication, we kind of ramped up from pools to top 24 qualifiers, and the matches just got more and more intense, more fundamentally based, more big reads, and really just conditioning your opponents. And that's what you got to love when it comes to Virtua Fighter. And I mean, personally, I think that's the sweet science that you were able to break down, Berserk, with how well they're able to play with the fundamental tools. But then when that has been exhausted, they just throw reckless abandon and like go for big reads, big circular reads at the start.
Yeah, and even so, there's definitely method to that madness. When you see somebody really go for something, it's because often it's a conditioning reassurance where they've been playing this opponent over the course of 3 rounds per match. We're deep into the second match sometimes here, especially if it's 1-1, and they've had a chance to really work out. And often I'm sure these players have played each other a fair bit before, and they know what they've shown each other through the round. And so it's time to do something that the other guy hasn't seen before. The damage and speed in Virtua Fighter is high. Both of them is just in high intensity. And therefore, you're not going to see everything that your opponent has to offer in even a few rounds of the match. And so that's where the players have the opportunity to surprise one another.
Yeah, I like that you pointed out it's high intensity at the start, especially with the seconds being really fast, and the decision making needs to be split second. And you can either reap the rewards and get your pound of flesh, or kind of get burnt for it, but you can't knock a player for trying. Again, maybe recency bias, because the match we commentated, Rayora versus Densetsu, that was a really good showcase of just conditioning, and also making sure that even though this button is, or the jumping mid 2-hit string mid punch of Eileen, keep putting it out there, just conditioning your opponent. All right, just keep getting grabbed, it's fine. But when you're able to condition properly, and you have an evasive option afterwards, that's when you're able to reap the rewards and gain your pound of flesh from an excellently timed cash-in of that conditioning.
Yeah, and so as we look at we can see the bracket coming up, and we'll share that on screen soon, because we have one last losers final match coming through. But we know that Densetsu is sitting in winners at the moment, and we've got an opponent there, which is but we'll get the names to you shortly. I can see the player you were just talking about, the Eileen. Rayora is sitting in. That'll be the next stream match that we're going to see in the losers bracket. Versus Koba.
Oh, interesting. So I did write down a couple of notes of top 8 results since the start of the Open Championship. We started out with Combo Breaker, right? Chinpan won that with a Jackie. Itazan with the Shun. Actually, Shun and there were 2 Shuns. It was Itabashi Zangief and Fudo on Shun. And Himajin, we did talk about him before. Gomengai with the Brad, Dark Nova from the US with Sarah, Tenguman with Aoi, and Jacko RCB with the Jeffrey. Then you had the Japan qualifiers, which Virgo took that with the Brad. Well, he switched out, right? He was Jean first, then he switched out to the Brad.
Yeah, he's known for his Jean, and so that's an interesting one. I haven't seen too much analysis of that. I'll be interested in what people are saying about the Brad choice. But yeah, we saw a Brad earlier and went down to, I believe, a Lei Fei at the time. So I don't know if we'll see another Brad, but we're definitely going to see some Jean.
And then another second place, Tonchan, Akira, Jackie. But we're going to put that out in just a bit, folks, because we finally have our top 8 here. Again, we did talk about Densetsu. He will be facing Namiwaru. Then over at the next side of the winner's side of things, Sayori versus Janu, the Jackie player. Then over at the loser side, we have Rayora versus Kobachio Okami. Last loser side match is Vita versus Hato Sama. Okay, Berserk, did I pronounce that correctly? Please correct me if I didn't.
I think you did a great job. Yeah. So, character-wise, what have we got? Was Namiwaru our Taka? I think that was right.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was.
Jackie. Yeah, so that'll be really interesting. That we saw Namiwaru play against an Akira player earlier and challenged. And Taka's a very strong character, very unconventional. You know, he's the sumo. He's big, and that means that and in Virtua Fighter, the weight classes of the characters make a difference to the juggle height, and therefore there's a difference in damage. Taka can't actually be juggled. He can only be staggered backwards because he's so big, his feet just won't come up off the ground. So there's a few things that a player has to adjust. So there's a knowledge check. I'm sure that won't be a problem for an experienced player like Densetsu. But then it's a case of, okay, what's the adaptation going to be? Because Densetsu hasn't been invincible. We were sure that Rayora had the run of it.
He did. So he is vulnerable and he can get opened up. And also, fun fact, I think the last time in top 8 here in the Virtua Fighter Open Championship, we saw Taka was by the GOAT himself, Shidosa. So shout outs to him, an excellent commentator. He did get 3rd place in VS Fighting. And he did also get, I believe he made top 8 in the Virtua Fighter Virtua Fighter Open Championship online qualifiers for NA, the second one. So I'm excited to see how this Taka will kind of spice things up, as you said, because Densetsu, vulnerable to, I'd say, innovative offense. And Taka could definitely be there to kind of open you up with his fast jabs, his grab game, and you really need to get your optimum combos on point going up against a big boy like Taka.
That's true. I think that we've seen, and look, he might just not be showing us everything.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a really good observation that we're seeing a fairly, I don't want to say conventional, but a super rock solid Janu who he's doing the right things and keeping the pressure on and keeping it really tight with a rock solid defense backing it up, so that when he's on the back foot, he's able to manage it and turn it back around.
So I follow this saying that during high pressure or high stressful situations, you don't rise to the occasion, but you fall under your training or you fall under your fundamentals. So Densetsu coming into this match, he's going to get tested for sure. But we've seen him against the Eileen, but he still kind of went back to the fundamentals to win the first 2 rounds in that 3rd game, but he can turn it up right away. So he can kind of go for the all gas, no brakes type of offense with Janu, but I mean, most of the highlights we were seeing were very solid fundamentals, good button checks, mind games when it comes to the strings and charges that Janu brings to the table. So come against Namiwaru could be a different story.
And before we talk about the next set of matches, just
yes, please.
I've got a quick opportunity because I'm calling in from Australia. Shout out to all the Australian players who joined the bracket today. We had 649. We had Chill, who we saw on stream with his amazing shun, and we had Eddie, and we've got a few more players. I think we had Pikachu, and we had Elson. So shout out to the Australians who joined the bracket. Hopefully we'll see a few more of you next week, and we'll actually see a few players in person at Saturday Nationals, which is one of our regular state majors in Sydney. So we'll see you there.
Yeah, and also shout outs to the Filipinos out there that have joined. I think General Shang has joined. Cad P Gamer, also from the Philippines. I think there's one more Filipino player that did join, but just want to also give... Oh, Rui joined as well. So shout outs to you guys. Also shout outs to my boy Weeb Maru. I don't know if he joined or not, but he is listed here from Thailand. And shout outs to everyone in each region. Again, the APAC region came here to represent. We're still at the top 8 side of things, getting things set up. And now, just a reminder, thank you, production. Thank you for the voices in our head. This is going to be a best of 5. So, Berserk, let me pick your brain a little bit. How do you like a best of 5 now?
It's the way VF should be.
Let's go.
As a TO, I run the Melbourne tournaments. I run Australia's major tournament, BAM, where we've had Virtua Fighter every year for all the 15 years that event's run.
Heck yeah.
I'll say something about Virtua Fighter. partly because Sega hasn't made a new edition. It's the longest running single edition game at that tournament series. It's been at every single BAM for all 15 years of its existence. Thank you, Sega, for not making a new Virtua Fighter.
But yeah,
I don't know if I should be thanking you, but yeah.
Big love.
We're looking forward to a
Sega.
new one, of course.
Heck yeah. And,
yeah, that's right. I'm wearing my Sega colors today. Hello, Sega.
Let's go. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to BAM, also one of my favorite tournaments to attend. The Melbourne scene, the Australian scene is really very welcoming to the different people that do head on over to Australia. So if you guys are there at the time of BAM, please do drop by. A very friendly community, head by Berserk himself and all the other TOs. So shout outs to them. Really just giving everyone an amazing experience over there in Australia. And yes,
thank you kindly for that. But to get back on topic, I should say the top from that experience,
go for it.
Best, 3 out of 5 or best of 5 is absolutely the way to go. As we experienced through this bracket, the game is so fast. There's 220 life. There's 30 seconds on the clock. The game is tuned for high speed, and so I personally think we should be 3 out of 5 all the way through of Virtua Fighter tournaments. So I'd love to see that in the future.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, this Virtua Fighter Open Championship kind of is the stepping stones for something even bigger for the new game, right? So maybe we're going to see a bit of changes around when it comes to how we run these tournaments. But Open Championship online qualifiers for APAC top 8 is about to begin, and it's a Janu versus a Taka. Densetsu versus Namiwaru. Round 1. Go, folks. Taka versus
name
Janu.
From mega character.
Straight
into the 66p. Oh no, they are not. No, they're going for it. It looks like.
Oh, they're swinging. Yeah, true. Yeah. Good interrupts on the side of Jean here, but now we're seeing those solid fundamentals getting checked with mids here by Taka.
And that long kick attack, that mid, is a wake-up breaker. So he was attempting to break. Ooh. And there's just no stopping Taka when he gets to the roll on there. So a good first round by Namiwaru. But that does not necessarily mean Densetsu is on the back foot here. We've seen him come back many a time so far.
Oh yeah, 100%. Nice interrupts here, but that knee to the punch here. Gonna continue on the step though on Namiwa. Great
huge evade launch. Massive. Oh, you're not getting up? I'll step on you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he wants, right, Taka? All right, cool. You're not gonna wake up? All right, eat this. But Densetsu, though, kind of closed it out. You're not gonna wake up. I got something for you, says Densetsu.
That's right, just the same. I see you sleeping, I'll just smash you while you're down.
Yeah, they'll be. I mean, really disciplined parents. They're not waking up waking up their kids. Like, wake up, man.
Ooh, that's a back turn there for a second. There's that stance for Taka that I was talking about before.
Right.
Took an opportunity to move into stance and then straight for the linear push. He's got circular moves out of that as well if he reads the need for it.
I'm trying to go for that mid check again on wake up. And
good
also the escape.
Yeah, so that's the back throw. You got to watch out for that with Taka. Oh, breaks through with the launcher. And that's 2 rounds for Namiwaru.
2-palm launcher to close it out. And he was actually on the edge of teetering off that stage. So excellent call out there by Namiwaru. Now walled stage is here. Densetsu now trying to look for a final round.
Good sequence. Pressure. Yeah, that headbutt is a great punish. And it's going to be enough. No, not quite. Ooh, he went for the guard break. Evaded. Yeah. Watch this evade. But he's got enough time for a jab.
Yeah. Just pushing the cameraman, dude. I just got here, man. What's going on? That's Taka in a nutshell, folks. A bully that can go for your life, but also can just bully you towards the edge of the stage there. But yeah, just an excellent read. But like you said, even though you got the read right, just not much life on the line for Densetsu to work with. We've seen how Diesel start he can go with just to kind of understand the matchup. And like you said, this is race to 3. So hopefully he's going to make the adjustments coming game number 2.
Yeah, so he's done it before. I think it's impossible to count Densetsu out. And this is interesting. We've seen the change of stage as a regular tactic. It's an option that you have after losing the round. You can go choose stage. And it's been regularly utilized by the Japanese players. So we'll see what the I don't know if that's just a psychology thing in some cases, or if he prefers this stage, but City's been a regular pick.
Yeah, it has been. We've seen this stage has seen a lot of eyes in the pools and now in top 8. Nice interrupt on the big low that Taka goes to, but Densetsu now charges up the mid and now trying to finish it off with the 1P.
That's interesting. That mid kick hit because he held it just that little bit too long for Namiwaru to read, and he went for the low block and got hit by it.
The evasion at the start of the round for Densetsu, and you know, Taka's got to be very careful. Able to get the two palm launch here. Stomps on him once again. Wake up.
Yeah, I think he's finishing the combo that way because he knows it's an advantageous wake up situation. If there's a quick wake up, he can apply pressure or he can stomp.
True. Ooh, with punish, but no, we throw P's. Go for the palms.
That was interesting. You see that the kick punch, and he hesitated. He had a counter hit. But Taka's like, no, I'm just going to attack back. That's what we call abare in Virtua Fighter. Just attack out.
Oh, that's true. True. Just the mind games. Okay, wow, excellent start for Densetsu, but just that grab to neutralize everything. Almost about even, but the 6-6P to just bring him in.
He immediately evaded. He did an offensive move to the side and attempted to claim pressure, and the 2P stopped him. Here we go. There's that same pressure on the end of the combo. So yeah, classic 2P is just enough. Throw it out there now and then. Don't rely on it, but it's there for interrupting the opponent.
Densetsu at the back foot here. 2Ps, you're pointing it out here just to check, and now sidesteps the headbutt for him to collect. Bit of combo here. Ooh, 2P retaliation on both sides, but the 2-hitting launch here on Taka.
Okay, this time Densetsu reads the Okazemi attempt and takes out the round. After establishing a little bit of dominance with that combo and that ending in the knee stomp, he actually was broken through that time. So Densetsu starting to read the habits.
Wow, the 6Ps at the start, but it was that third one. But the headbutt, able to get the big launch, another stomp here. How are we gonna wake up? Seems like just gonna allow him. Oh, just a conservative whip punish there. Now gets the grab. We adjust it with chiropractic the lower back.
There's the aggression, and that is it for the second match, but we're going 3 out of 5 this time, and Densetsu will be thanking the top 8 3 out of 5 because this is his last chance, and we've seen this tons of times in Virtua Fighter. Look, Namiwaru has been amazing. Like, this has been such a strong performance so far, and Densetsu's shown a few signs, but he's going to need to show a lot more.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of movements on his side, and there was that opportunity, that rolling heel drop that he's usually known for, or in the previous matches we've seen him in pools catch people. But Taka, knowing when to pump the brakes, knowing when to press forward with his jabs, really a big puzzle to solve for Densetsu at the moment.
Yeah, taking a little bit of time there at the start of the round to feel each other out, but again, it's Namiwaru who breaks through with the first combo. Nice snap.
Man, 6Ps. Yeah, not landing here. The mid lunging punch. Tries to go for the chop, able to land, and now look at this. Taka in big trouble. One more would do it, and he completes the string. Densetsu gets the first round.
And there's the difference. There was a bit of hesitation early rounds, and he's noticed when he's been evaded, and he did complete the string with very little delay this time. And there's the Sabaki into combo.
Yeah, and now going for that mid or lunging punch.
It's the side of wall combo. That is dangerous territory against John. If you are both side of wall, you've got to watch out for that low.
Yeah, corner situation. Densetsu really capitalizing on that. And now we're seeing the aggression come out of Densetsu in that second round. Nice duck to the jab and punish.
Crisp launcher.
Excellent
He read the high jabs were continuing, and he just waited it out.
True.
Densetsu dominating in this.
Yo.
And that is 3 very quick rounds. So Densetsu was just warming up, it seems. We're 1 and 2, and it's now Namiwaru to adapt.
Yeah, I mean, he's still like in a disadvantage here. It's still 2-1, but if this is going to be the momentum he's running with, yeah, Namiwaru can't afford to lose too many of these exchanges. But tell me about what the adjustments were on Densetsu's side for him to get this this performance of the 3 straight rounds, Berserk.
My quick read of it is less hesitation. I think it's just, more aggressive and masking a little bit of his second attempt at a situation with his first. So whatever he's doing in the first instance, his actual intention is coming next. So he's been masking that, and he played a lot quicker this time. And there it is, the aggression. But this, so aggression with a pause, and this is the opening that Namiwaru has taken advantage of.
Wow, look at that. Just cancels to go for the low just to keep him in check. And just like that, gets the first round, 4 straight rounds. And I like what you said, just stuttering aggression or aggression with pauses to keep him guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in some of those situations, that's where the opening lies. There's a true punish. I think Namiwaru maybe didn't need to finish that. He should have taken note that he's actually being punished now. He's being read.
True.
Oh, that's right.
Now, yeah, what a catch up there. So Densetsu, I mean, you did see him start the round off with that Sabaki, but it didn't pay off. But he's still like really confident in offense. 2P to start from both sides.
It's another finish on that string from Namiwaru. He needs to. Oh, that side turn on the wall. That's just dangerous territory. You see that low sweeping punch. That is bread and butter for Jean against the wall, and it's difficult. We've seen it before, where I believe it was Gorgonzola. We were talking about that match against a Gene earlier in the day, and there was a situation where he managed to evade that and attempt to retake, and then he got hit by it again. It's just such a hard spot to be in. And now we're seeing a character change to Kage.
Switching it up. Okay, I know we talked about this yesterday, and I asked you your take on Kage. So tell me about the potential switch up, because two games, 3-0. All right, we call for a switch up, but now what does Kage bring to the table in this matchup?
Well, Kage now matches speed with Sean, and a little bit of crazy movement. He's got a few Sabakis of his own, and he's got a few moves that will tech crouch under highs. So we'll see the spacing game change, and the turn taking will be a whole different.
So I like this. Namiwaru notices, all right, I need to really switch things up. Kage might change things that Take couldn't get, but now distance being established by both sides. Gets the, the switch up here. Nice interrupt by Densetsu though, but he gets thrown.
There's a lot of movement into blocking. The fuzzy guarding is on point from both players. Defensive movement. Oh, here's the 10-foot toss. Knee. Oh, he dropped that. I was waiting for the restand, and that could have been the end of the round. It should have been.
Oh my god. Okay, all's well that ends well for Namiwaru.
That was scary for Namiwaru, yeah.
Yeah, because you started to see the wheels kind of turn for Densetsu's favor, and you've seen him come back from this, but now it's his turn to kind of adjust this Kage matchup. And like you said, he's really matching speed for speed here.
I think that's one of the signs. Obviously, he's played Taka all tournament, and obviously he's great at Kage here, but it's an adjustment. It's still an adjustment. You're going straight into a top-level match.
True. Scrambling finish here. Charge up the side hit. No, PK punish on the side of Namiwaru. No!
That was so well read.
It was. Oh, so
that was
much damage.
Because Jean has both. He has the high for punches and a low. And he saw the string. If Namiwaru continued the string, he was going to get Sabaki. So that's what we saw.
Okay, starting it out, evasive start for Densetsu, but we're getting some clips here on the side of Namiwaru. Big sweep, but nice interrupts on both sides. So really trading poke for poke here.
Yeah, Namiwaru choosing not to finish the side kick. So he did that. That's semicircular, then he goes back turned, and he's chosen to cancel that every time. So
I still like that.
Poking away.
True, and then he just went from back turn just to change it up, and just went for that elbow to finish it off. So now, just slowly but surely, death by 1,000 cuts with these pokes by Kage. Throw.
The intense movement here, like a lot of this is there's really so much going on.
And just like that, Namiwaru gets 3-2 up against Densetsu. I don't know if we have to switch that up, but yeah, incredible performance here. And Densetsu, I don't know if this is caster's curse here or commentator's curse, where we're talking about, oh, look out for this character, look out for Densetsu, and then, man, facing a problem there. Lost the Takas and now the Kage.
Yeah, so obviously a fantastic switch out there to go to the Kage. I think that was obviously the right choice after being dominant with Taka, and we saw the following two match sets. He was read like a book. He just had nowhere to go. Every time he even got an opening, that Densetsu knew what opening he was going for from what he was trying to reply with, and he countered it and held control. In this case, going to Kage, he matches the speed. He did have that unfortunate drop at one point, but still closed out the round.
Yeah.
And I think what you saw, a lot of like really fast moves, a lot of attempts at string pressure and then stopping, and then just really getting a gauge on what's Densetsu's answer to Kage. And once he had that information, he closed.
Yeah, I will say this much though. Give Densetsu just 2 matches to understand things, and he will be able to come back from it. So I think he wants that run back. I don't know if Namiwaru has more characters under his belt, but I think Densetsu, you have a target on your back, Namiwaru, and Densetsu wants the gun for that rematch against that Kage, because as you're saying, there's some polishing here and there, but I think the awkwardness of the timing really played to full effect with how the Kage matchup played, because he was going for some interesting setups, a lot of good pokes. Densetsu didn't really know when to come in and really impose his game plan. So I'd say that's the plus side of this being a best of 5, because we get to see levels to their game, the adjustments, and Namiwaru moving on at the winner's side of things here at top 8. We will get our next match though. It's Sori versus Janu, the Jackie player.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we saw Sori through the earlier moments of this tournament, so we're going to be discovering as we go what character we're facing here, so this will be interesting. But yeah, that last match, essentially it was all over in terms of setup when you say the 3 out of 5, because we saw a 2-0 as Taka, and then a 2-0 back. So we didn't even see Densetsu really play until after the 3-0 came into it. So the 2-0 leading to a really drag out fight. So interesting. So Kage's back. So we haven't seen much Kage until just now, but here he is. Here's a second Kage here in the top 8 against Jackie. We've seen Jackie a few times as such a strong character. You'd expect to see him. So this will be exciting. We've seen some Kage doing some great work now, and now we'll face off against Jackie.
Yeah, so let's see if this Kage, because Namiwaru was kind of on the Taka, so it wasn't as polished. Maybe we're going to see a bit of a more crisp or a more, button checks for now. Yeah.
For a second, I thought, wow, this is some interesting neutral.
a Kage that presses forward and it doesn't block. That's interesting. But no, just constant Hurricane Rana grabs here. Yeah, just getting the button checks going. So Sori on the Kage, quite interesting. So
we saw a little about that those throws attempted, obviously they're just button checking here, but it's an on block hit throw. So it's just a bit freaky to deal with, and we saw that attempted a few times, but just simply ducked by Densetsu. So that's when we saw Namiwaru change tactics and just go for strikes.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna remind Janu. Oh yeah, Kage does have this. I gotta worry about that. Okay, cool. Like in the button check, or just reminding of the good buttons. Then again,
it's funny. We've talked all through the tournament about what do the players. There's a huge move list for every character, but there's only limited to show it because the game rounds move so fast. And what do you want to show people during a button check? Probably something nonsense.
Yes, exactly. Show out the crazy moves, right, that you're not going to put out there, or just go fundamental because they're going to expect that, right? But you do want to check out your combos just to make sure that everything is optimal, and you're in the case of Namiwaru, right, really know, all right, I'm in this character mindset. So
so we saw one odd drop from that, but I think obviously these guys, we saw Janu doing really well with Jackie earlier and sticking with Jackie throughout.
If I may ask,
this seems to be the polite Japanese thing to do.
Yeah,
everybody has to get an even shot at the button check.
True. If I may ask, Berserk, I know you're a Pai-chan main, but do you have a secondary, or you want to keep that in the wraps just in case?
No,
it's a surprise.
I'm not so much of a sandbagging player. It's going to be Pai. It's going to be Pai all the way when I'm playing in a tournament. But I do, I've played every character, of course, but one of the funny things about the current version of Virtua Fighter is you select your character from the menu. So it's just a couple of button presses to change character, and you just go, I'll just stick with my main. So you kind of stick to it. But yeah, I do play a bit of Go. We haven't actually seen any Go in this tournament. And I think it's important to learn matchups by playing the characters that you struggle against. And so I've been starting to play a little bit of Sarah because she's very painful to deal with.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say Jean, because that's also a matchup I really am terrible at. I should main Kage too, so because like I run into a lot of Kages online, and it's just really tough, and I don't really know how to understand how his approach tools are. But
fortunately, we have some great players in Australia who, like, we've got Mike who runs VirtuaFighter.com. If you need to know anything about how this game,
I'll hit him up.
How much damage does this do? What combo can I do? Go to Virtua Fighter.
There you go. Shout outs.
And that's a Kage player for you.
City once again. Okay, this is the online qualifiers for City, folks. This is a stage that we only saw the taco stage like twice, I believe. But once again, this is kind of a no-nonsense type stage with the walls. I think it's 10 by 10. But we will see this matchup now. Kage versus Jackie. Big launch.
Some bread and butter Kage here. Interesting. We went into stance, but Jackie took that as an opportunity to take his turn. And now we're going back and forth at the moment. Oh, look at these attempts at neutral and stoppages.
True. We were seeing a lot of ducks in the highs and kick cancels. Trying to finish it off. Able to get the win here, or the round win.
I'm getting that jealousy again. Look at that. Mid-circular. Smashed up, man. Okay, immediate evade on the 2P. Just testing each other. And that's a full combo, even on back turns. Sometimes the hitbox drops out there. Good evade.
Something you know about Janu, he's really optimal with his combos, and he knows when to throw them out and also throw out a grab. Blocks the low, doesn't complete the string though.
That was so smart from Janu. He was under side turn pressure, and he knew the moment. They both knew, okay, turn pressure finished, and he just went for the throw because the opponent has to read what's happening next.
Okay, dashing on in here as Kage. Let's see if we're going to see any more innovative offense coming out. Janu, both throw attempts. Yeah.
And the evade under and block low. Here's the 10-foot toss. Let's see the full combo this time. Nicely done.
Wow.
Yeah, he changed his combo path from the regular, and this will finish it. Nice. So there's the round on the board. So
he's going to drop finish.
Yeah. So yeah, that modified combo was just to get the wall hit just enough.
True.
Nice wake
wow.
up.
Yeah, 6Ps just getting sidestep on both actually Sorori's side. So we're playing Virtua Fighter here, folks. Just the constant back and forth, the sweet science. We switch sides, go back again, says Janu, trying to go for the finish, and there you have the mid circular. Yeah. We've
seen jab evade, testing each other, and then it's time for a circular. That'll do it.
Yeah. Incredible back and forth.
If he had just waited and blocked, that would have been a punish attempt. But he was in the mode. Janu read it. It's like, this guy wants to evade me. I'm gonna hit him.
And what we were talking about, right? The fundamentals, the jab pressures, the mid checks, the 2Ps. When that keeps on going, one person is kind of buckling. It's kind of like a game of chicken, right? Who's going to go for the big launch? Who's going to go for the big circular? And it's really just waiting out to see our opponent or waiting out to see the defenses. So again, in that side, if Sorori was able to wait out and just block that circular or duck it or be able to come up with something up against it, could have gone the other way. But Janu, again, with the awkward timing and the optimal combos, shining on through in the first game.
Yeah, and it's definitely, in terms of that flow, those fundamentals, jab checking, 2P, sidestepping into an elbow, all of this is happening at high speed, and you're gradually getting a degradation of advantage for one of the players, and it's at the point where you recognize that the things break apart.
Yeah, and that's what we're all for, because sometimes people rise to the occasion and constantly find ways out of these sticky situations, but right now, big low to start things off for Janu.
Yeah, and that was just a pure read. I'm going to go under the jab. Everyone loves to jab at the start. Oh, that's interesting. So that's another situation on the wall. You know that the guy wants... wall attack, and he did the back throw instead, setting up his next neutral attack.
Yeah, again, the mind games, right? Real estate advantage. I think I'm going this way, but I'm going the other way to switch sides. So both 2P exchange at the start. Oh, we get the shuffle step in behind. Jump on in just for him to get that launch.
And he chose not to do the big kick launch. He actually did the elbow sequence because it had more pushback. He wanted to get into the wall.
Yeah, those jackknife kicks that you've been pointing out from the beginning, Berserk, are really being put on display now. But let's see.
Ooh.
Okay.
There's a Sabaki with the back step. And wow, Sorori is really under pressure now. It's the wall.
Yeah.
And he's going to have one chance on wake up. Oh, that low.
Oh, just don't press buttons, says Janu, overwhelming him at the start. Kind of buckling under that Jackie pressure. And this seems like he's kind of snowballing his offense here. So,
and not only
Sorori,
that,
he's got to...
but he's hit him so much that he knows, and he's put him on the wall. And the very next thing that Sorori did when he got up was evade. And so all he did was stand up and throw the guy because throw speed evades. He's put him under so much pressure. He's feeling like he has to get away. And so Janu, like, time would slow down for him at that. And he's like, I've got life lead. I've put him under pressure. I've got all the time in the world. I'm just going to throw attempt here. It might have been a guess, but it's pretty much a read based on what he's put the opponent through already.
Yeah, definitely presenting Sorori a lot of problems where Janu had like you said, kind of had the wherewithal to kind of go for whatever option he could and kind of slow things down on his side while he was really pressuring Sorori in this matchup. So maybe Aurora, change of pace, change of scenery could make him see 2020. Possibly,
and it's a larger stage too. So this is good for Kage. He's got a bit more room to move, and he launching throws will have more impact.
Beat knuckle to start things out for Janu's side.
Maintaining pressure again, and this time, we've seen the practice mode. It's not a button check. You're not going to get the hit throw this time.
That was crazy. I mean, that's sidestep PPP also was on point. Janu looking like $1 million here with how well he's playing. Just a relentless pace that Sorori's trying to catch up with. Okay.
And yeah, Sorori's no slouch here. Like, there's so much as we see him finally break through, and the wall hit. One more will do it.
Nice. Okay, good response by Sorori. And like you said, no slouch here. Once he's able to find his opening and timing, let's see if he can run away with this momentum. Janu's still in the driver's seat here, I'd say.
Ooh. That was a really nice step back into the axe kick because it gives him advantage on block. So he's maintaining that, and so he's trying to create space and control things more. Okay, throw attempt stuffed and sidestep. So Sorori still maintaining it and then takes it. That is a canned combo for Kage on side here. That is one of the most effective things he has.
Yeah, good options that are being thrown out on the side of Sorori. So now Janu, bit of a back foot here. It seems like a second wind has gotten into Sorori. Now he's forced to block, but gets the throw here. We're gonna wake up. Nice block on the low, and now 2P to interrupt and another sweep on Janu's side.
Sorori maintaining that side turn situation for a good while, and now he's just, we're already even. It's next turn. Who's gonna take it?
Oh my god, nice blocks on both sides, but the 2P closes out the fourth round, and now we're all tied up. Survival point on the side of Sorori, while match point on the side of Janu.
Look at that. Just
oh my god.
Fuzzy in and block. Just wait. Who's going to take the first move?
It's a standoff, man.
True to form, it's Janu. Like a Jackie is not going to hesitate for long. Nice evade.
True. I mean, you can only make him gun shy so many times. There you have it. There's that throw we're talking about.
Oh
my god. The beat knuckle. That was crazy. And now Janu, 3-0. Excellent performance. I mean, we did see Sorori have signs of life in the middle way towards that game, but Janu, I'm quite impressed with how well he's been able to kind of open up the offense and open up the defenses, I'd say, on his opponents.
Yeah, and look, the signature move, like Jackie's next signature move, we actually haven't seen the one everybody loves, which is the flip kick, and
the best move in the game.
So we can hear the shout of yeah, but the beat knuckle was everything there. Like, it's got great range, it's fast, and in that situation, it's one of the most technical uses because he's crouch dashing under a throw. As soon as he saw the throw attempt, beat Knuckle, and there's the finish the round.
Yeah, excellent wherewithal on the side of Janu. Hopefully we see more of Sori. I do like to see those Kage matches come in. Maybe we'll see more of him. Maybe we'll see more. They are going to the loser side of things, but I believe we are going to go to our loser side top 8. Rayora versus Kobachio Okami. So Rayora was the very excellent Eileen we did see.
Yeah, and I'm trying to recall. We'll see it in a moment. Are we going to see an Aoi? I don't know if we will, because we did see Kobachio Okami play before, or did we not? I'm trying to recall that.
I don't recall, but that's my goldfish memory, or the cheese memory that we were talking about before during the break.
It's been so intense, so many matches, but yes, Rayora. Yeah. So we're sticking with Ao. This would be interesting. Aoi is really strong in this version, and she's the character that has the most reversals. It'll be interesting to see how that matches up against a very it's an unorthodox character in Eileen. Rayora, I don't know if you could say whether Rayora themselves are an unorthodox player. I saw some really tight punishes when we witnessed the match against Densetsu earlier. So Kobachio is going to have to watch carefully for those opportunities to open them up.
Yeah, we did see like solid punishes, but we also saw some hard reads, round start grab, and also just throwing out some stray hits just to condition. But Aoi is one of the characters that can make you really second guess your offense and make you think twice before you're able to push any buttons. So we'll see if it's gonna be party time, or we're gonna see that respect being played on the side of Aoi.
Maybe with the Naginata, watch out. I think that's pretty dangerous to fight in a swimsuit against that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But now in the sumo stage, decides to just push back towards the center of the stage. Don't play for the ring out.
I think that's there's a nice punish on the low. Well read by Kobachio Okami.
Watch out.
Okay, so we're back at neutral. Both escaping. Here's the finish. Is it enough? It is.
It is. Able to get it. But you were saying about the real estate advantage there. Was it good good call for him to back away?
Yeah, no, I think so, because if you get reversaled or put in a situation where the back throw comes in, it's instant death. It was at neutral, it's just too hard to predict, so it was a pretty good choice.
Good reversal there, or actually turn of fortune there with the Sabaki, but now trying to play for the center of the stage, but he walks right into some buttons like a moth to a flame. Kobachio doing real well here up against Rayora.
I'm not sure what the attack attempt was there from Rayora at that point, but I just filling the screen with a big mid.
Yeah,
that push so strong.
Wow, just walks back. We side turn to some buttons here. Watch out for the evasiveness of Eileen here. Oh, nice duck onto the high here. Able to change sides to the side turn.
And it's a reply round from Rayora. It was all about that side turn attempt. Breaking through the offense of Aoi earlier, so Kobachio has to change things up once again to close out this match.
Ooh, gets a crumple at the start here. Not playing for the ring out. That fadeaway low has done so much work, even against Densetsu. Cancels it out, but no, Rayora comes in though.
Nice cancel of the sequence there. Moving into a throw and punishing that. That was a hop attempt from Eileen. There it is again. This time, just enough. That's such a hard thing to evade, because she has a nice mid out of that as well as the throw, and if you try to evade, you're going to get thrown.
Just gets the mix-up, right? And that's what Rayora brings to the table. Even though he's very persistent with what he wants to do. If it fails, he goes at it again.
We saw that mid, that hopping mid that got thrown by Densetsu. This time, an attack punish was attempted, but it didn't work, so it's obviously safe on attack. Oh, here we go with the reversal.
Crazy. Excellent by Kobachio. I'd
like to think that there's, between rounds, like if this was in any way real life, we know that Virtua Fighter is kind of realistic, but did you hear that crunch? I think this next round, this next match we're going to face in real life, it's about 6 weeks later.
Yeah, it has to be, right? After you got to recover for that. Even more, I'd say. I don't know.
You don't just go back to the corner and get some Tiger Balm and your coach whispers a few encouraging words. It's just not going to work out like that.
put some icy hot or something just to get the muscles warmed up, or some ice packs or something. But yeah, excellent. I'd say sound design also, just to feel the intensity of the match. Again, shout out to Sega for making such a great game. But you have to admit, Rayora really just pulling out all the stops to constantly try to put throw everything in the kitchen sink. But we did paint this match, right? As Aoi have so much.
Was so calm. Like, I think even within that pressure, when Rayora, who's like, there's a lot of bursts to the way they play, and they just managed to mitigate it.
Yeah, by presenting Aoi's options, the reversals. Good punish there for the stagger. We continue on, but side turn punish on the side of Rayora.
They're both really pressing at the side turn opportunities. Another attempt. Then again, no throw attempt.
Yeah.
Ooh, nicely evaded. So that could be a low punish attempt, but look at this. That is impressive.
Yeah, just the sequences, right? Even on the replays is just a thing of beauty on the side of both of these players.
Wake up kick, effective. Just get off me. Now it's my turn for a throw. High attack stays ducked.
Yeah, we stay ducking though, and now trying to continue on. Fade away low to get the can option there on the side of Eileen. Rayora on the board.
Yeah, that's interesting. Starts off with the mid punch, looking for a second mid punch, and the low makes the difference.
Okay, throw again just to switch sides here. Tries to go for it, but stays ducking.
It's an opening with a throw like we've seen before. I think that's, again, it's a read, a pure read at the start of the round, but here's a launcher, nice and the delayed string. Now it's trying to escape once again, but okay, you stop me, I'm going to attack you again. So yeah, so there's that one check and you think, okay, I've seen the check, I've got a moment, but too slow.
Big calculations on the side of both players here, but one more round away from getting full advantage in this game. But Rayora now presenting a Superman punch and gets the throw as well. What are we going to do on Wake Up?
Went for the attack again. Oh, nice. So a slower attack for the launcher, breaking through some of the short movement options that Eileen has. Nice stoppage there on the shoulders, and side turn attack wins through. That's a 3-1 win in the next round, going 2-0 up. So Kobachio Okami looking dominant so far with Aoi.
Yeah, and it seems like he's quite, I'd say, winning more in the exchanges. There are certain moments where the punish or the unfamiliarity, like the lunging two-hit mid, wasn't able to throw that yet. But in the rest of the exchanges, still presenting a lot of the options that Aoi can bring to the table. Also, side turns on both sides with the blue hits happening. It's really neck and neck when it comes down to this matchup, but actually not neck and neck. Aoi's actually doing really good work here. So now Rayora has to switch something up.
Yeah, so I mean, we haven't seen an Aoi up till this point in the tournament, and it's some specific matchup knowledge required here for either of these characters. They are unorthodox characters, and it's Aoi so far, with Kobachio Okami showing dominance.
Yeah, and this is top 8 losers, so high stakes for Rayora at this point. He cannot afford to lose another game here.
And we've got a launch, so we'll reply. Ooh, it dropped out of that combo. Maybe needed to adjust the path. Crunch.
True.
Has your arm.
Okay, continues the string to interrupt here. Rayora in bad shape. One more hit would do it. He's trying to fight back, but no, we come in with the PPPs.
That was such nice, intimidating string cancellation work coming in, and just forcing Rayora to be defensive.
Ooh, big low to evade the high.
Out. It was a fake out low into mid.
Able to catch him. Okay, string options on the side of Rayora. Unable to punish that.
There's a lot of visual, fake outs here. Oh, out of the ring. Oh, that could have been it. The low wall.
Oh, Rayora needs to finish. Yeah, no crumbs on the table.
Oh, nicely done.
That was so close. I was so scared for Rayora.
The instinct is to go low. Linear evaded, and he stopped himself. There was 2 hits to that string. He stopped and changed it up.
Definitely.
Ooh,
so fade away low. And now charging in forward. Nice escape on the throw here by Kobachio Okami.
Beautiful evade at the end of that string. Really knows the opponent. You can see the matchup. Hopping under the Yeah, you're saying under the kick?
Yeah, I was going to say that, but now gets another throw here. Oh, big life advantage on the side of Aoi, able to get the push and throw, and there you have it. Match point on Kobachio Okami. Send out Rayora.
Yeah, it was interesting. The low throw attempt was there, but Rayora got up quickly, and so Aoi just gets up and throws.
Okay.
Last chance here for Rayora.
Hurricane Rana. Oh my god, the interrupt on the 2P just to stop the pressure. Side turn offense. Oh man.
What blocking into Tsubaki? Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Going
the crush
into the
properties
2P?
on that. The crush properties on the exchange there was quite intense, but now Rayora needs to close out here in this round just to keep his tournament life alive. But we do have Okami able to actually change the plans here. He is in the life lead just for a little bit.
Rayora again attempting a string sequence and just recognizing they hadn't got a solid hit, so they canceled what they were doing. It's down to the wire now, and that's it. We've got a win from Kobachio Okami.
Big shout out to Rayora. Yeah, I would say, shout outs to Rayora for giving us an intense Eileen. But as you pointed out, when it came down to it, Aoi, we didn't see much of her in pools, but the matchup knowledge needs to be there. We saw a lot of Sabakis, a lot of reversals, a lot of grabs, really kind of her toolkit, making her a very distinct character. So incredible performance on the side of Kobachio Okami.
Yeah, and look, Oi's a bit of a dark horse character. Like she's got so many tools, and she's not played in a massive number. So when you come across her in a tournament and it's a good player, there's a lot you've got to catch up on in that matchup. So it's well worth having some kind of foundation. It's a good reminder to, including myself, that's a scary character right there. And when in the hands of a player like that, they've come out of nowhere, because we saw so many strong signs from Rayora in that earlier match, and in this time, every time that they looked like they were coming back, the control just got locked down again.
It did. So yeah, I guess the reminder for us that we do have a very scary Aoi still running rampant on the loser side of top 8. So congratulations to Kobachio Okami. Moving on, Rayora, big shout outs to you. There will be another qualifiers next week, so hopefully we see a Rayora there with that Eileen. Looking forward to seeing that. But we're moving on to our next match. We have Vita versus Hato Sama. That is a familiar name. I forget.
Yeah, we had Hato earlier.
Yeah, do you remember the character, or if chat can remind us, please let us know. But we have seen him on the pool side of things.
From earlier. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, we will. But it seems like another Aoi.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like the Dark Horse Aois are coming up through the losers bracket. They've eliminated some people on the way through. There's many tears caused by some bone crunching reversals.
True.
Top 8.
It's funny because during the pools, we didn't really see Aoi, and we also didn't see Kages, but now they're running rampant here in the top 8, both on the winner's side and loser side of things. So if this will happen, we will possibly see an Aoi versus Hato-sama. Did you mention Akira?
We did say Akira, yeah, and I see Shidosha. Shout outs to Shidosha in the chat saying there's
thank you. Hey, Shidosha.
There's a Taka and Akira main, so knowing the player. So thank you. That does confirm, jogging my memory. We were seeing Hato earlier with Akira. So yeah, that's interesting. I think it was Hato as Akira that was playing against Namiwaru earlier as Taka. So if he also plays Taka, it's no wonder that he understood the matchup, but was overcome as it happens. And here he is coming back through losers bracket. I expect to see the Akira in that case.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. And shout outs to Shidosha. Shout outs to everyone that is watching us right now here at the Virtua Fighter Open Championship online qualifiers, the APAC region #1. Again, next week we will have another qualifiers, because the top 4 of this one and next week's one will head on over to the regional finals. That will be happening on September 21. So mark your calendars for that. Hopefully we see some of those names that we did mention and the ones that did get eliminated, unfortunately, next week in the next qualifiers.
And for those of you watching, if you're curious about Virtua Fighter, it's on Steam and it will be out soon in October on all consoles. So we're all looking forward to that. It's been great. Like in my local scene, like we've been playing Virtua Fighter, keeping it alive, particularly in both Melbourne and Sydney here in Australia, and like we've maintained some form of Virtua Fighter tournament and casuals throughout its last nearly 20 years. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And but it's been, you know, ebbs and flows, and with Revo in January, a heap of new in, and it's a great time to join us because the game is such a great state.
Yeah, so with Revo coming out, you know, breathing a lot more life and a lot more accessibility in Virtua Fighter, and then a new game coming in the horizon for that. So really excited. And while we're giving shout outs, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Mike Tastic that did help me prepare for commentary. He's a Shun main. He was looking forward to seeing a lot of Shuns, but not in this top 8. So sorry, Mike, maybe next week. But
yeah, that's interesting. There were definitely a lot of Shuns, and it is maybe surprising not to see, because Shun is a really strong character, and we've seen qualified players come through. As our old friend Itazan got second at was it Combo Breaker to Chinpan, and then second again at Evo, and it was the Evo qualification. So he was bridesmaid all the way, but the second Evo was enough for Shun to get through, and so it's great to see that. Itazan's actually visited Australia many times, and just destroyed us with his Shun, that's for sure.
Man, yeah, just I'm looking at, like, because I wrote down some notes on the different top 8s, right? Always a constant presence is either Shun, Jane, Jackie, from like just the rotation of those 3 characters, right? Then we did mention, you know, Taka being in the top 8 only by Shidosha himself in VS Fighting and also in the NA qualifiers. But you know what? Put Namiwaru also there as a Taka player that did represent the character here at the online qualifiers for the APAC region. So you just gotta love, you know, characters and what state they're in and how well you can actually be represented in the highest level of play here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, another character that it's an interesting one. Well, we saw my character Pi only once early on, and it was a good showing, but we've seen Akira 2 or 3 times. We've seen Kage twice, but only in this top 8. And one of those times was when one of the best Takas that we've been talking about, Namiwaru, he has had a dominant first 2 matches against Densetsu with his Gene, who's been solid all the way through. And then he was back under pressure and he had to change to Kage. So I don't know if we'll see Taka or Kage from him in Winners Final. So that's coming up.
Densetsu for sure wants to run back that matchup against the Kage because he's already figured out the Taka. I wonder if Namiwaru has another character to give Densetsu problems, but that's a tournament arc. We have to wait to see if Densetsu can climb his way back into it.
And I'm going to predict, as I was saying, Hato-san, I believe he's going to play this guy.
There you go, the Akira. I know you reached out for something there. Oh, move it a little bit toward... There it is. That's even the OG one, the pixelated one, so it's excellent quality.
I've got to go this way. I'm reversed. Yeah. I'm trying to do a left elbow. There you go.
Everyone got hit by it, man.
We're going to look forward to a few of those in this upcoming match.
And we did talk about the first match we did see at pools was a Pai versus Akira, and you talked about how the linearity could play into effect. But talk to me about the potential Akira Aoi match that we could see next up here, Berserk.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things you've got to watch out for when you're playing against a character with reversals such as Aoi is normally you think about it a little bit and you can change your hit height or you can change what move you do to a double palm move. So normally reversals are versus single hand strike. So if you just do a standing kick, they can be reversed. Most characters with reversals only do it against that. But if you do a shoulder ram or a double palm, that will not be reversible. However, Oi is the best reversal specialist in the game. She doesn't really care. She can do some of that. And so that's a tough thing. It's not really all about the reversals. Previously in our earlier match with Okami, and they can actually just play a strike attack game. And so it'll be interesting to see what style of Aoi we get here. Okay, it's been a switch to Taka. So
okay,
he saw me hold up Akira and said, you're right. That's a bad idea. I'm going to Taka.
I think it's the caster's curse all the way for us when it comes to these matches, because we're like, yo, check out this player. Then, oh my gosh, this player's out of the tournament. Oh no. But I do think that maybe since this is a best of 5, that Akira can maybe come out if needed. And I feel like I'm stuttering a little bit. Sorry about that. Again, I got hit by that striking mid elbow, but I am stuttering a little bit with the frames there. But Taka,
you're in trouble. I think it'll be interesting here because Oi's, she's not going to be able to launch Taka. She's going to have to adjust all of her combos. It's going to be more of a strike throw game maybe, and whereas Taka, if he launches, he's going to have a lot more he can do.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully Aoi won't be on the receiving end of that launch, but button check, I think it's button check. These are some crazy outfits.
Look at this guy. He's a Christmas elf. He's perfect to be a Christmas elf.
In the Philippines, once the Burr months come, that's a Filipino thing. Once September comes in, we already start celebrating Christmas. So he's a little bit ahead here when it comes to being ready for the holidays. But can I just also admire the Aoi costume here? Wait, is this actually a game?
Oh, it looks like it is. It looked like a check, and
wow,
they were just doing a lot of really great neutral moves. Okay, and Taka, you're gonna feel that for the next few weeks.
For sure, but we got to go to that next round here, folks. So not much room to breathe for Hato here. Thinking it was a button check, but no, we're just going straight to the action.
Yeah, it's definitely a striking game here, and Taka's going to have to learn to break through this. It's working so far. So 1 round up. There's the reversal.
Nice. Yeah, you got to worry about that. The side turn and just getting that second round in the hole. Vita looking very strong and very comfortable in this match. We've only seen 1 throw out of Taka for now. Let's see if he can employ his throw game.
Nice delay on the string. That stops the evade. And, ooh, you read that attack nicely. Read the throw, I should say. Headbutt.
Good 2 throw escapes on both sides, but the headbutt to bully her towards the corner here and gets the throw, the half circle throw. We continue on here with Aoi. Nice duck.
I think that's just, there was just a little chance there. Maybe he should have done the knee, but he's got the throw. Okay, we don't need to do the headbutt. Let's just slap through to the win. So that was interesting.
And kind of a checkmate scenario there towards the end. Not much life to gamble. Real estate advantage on Taka's side. Gets the headache throw. Still at the center of the stage. Big damage onto Hato-sama.
And here's the Okazemi game. Ooh, nice reversal on wake up. Okay, the quick get up saves Taka, but still on advantage for Oi. And another reversal. I see what you're doing before you know you're doing it. But this time he says, I'm going to use my head. Did he not? Yes.
Another, I guess, another meaning to the word, to the phrase "using your head" there on Hato-sama getting that win back. It was going his way. Gets
and the headbutt is also an anti-reversal technique.
True. And reverse the headbutts. Tried to go for it again, but gets interrupted.
Fully just went for the stun, crumpled twice, and nice combo. The elegant movement of Oi. It's looked like she's hardly touching you, and then you look up your fire and you say, what the hell happened here?
That's true. It just, you think, all right, these don't seem too damaging on paper, but in practice, you're like, oh, wow, where'd my life go? I thought you can't juggle me. But as he's staggering down, man, was Vita able to really capitalize on those stuns before Taka was able to hit the ground there. So excellent back and forth. I like how this match is going so far. So let's see what Hato-sama can do to kind of come back from this.
Yeah, I think the demon costume is proving true so far. Like this is
the spirit of Christmas, Berserk. The spirit of Christmas is still gonna
too
try
early
to
for the elves. Yeah,
I don't know.
He's out there. He's getting embarrassed.
It's still August. We still got to go through Halloween. That's why I'm in this demon outfit, bro.
Let's see how we start this round. Just a little. Look at this. That is so interesting.
Wow.
Let's
Standing
just do
on
nothing.
business. Yeah. This is the most slow pace, like a who's that famous director? The Japanese director where it's really slow. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, it escapes me. Like they're staring each other down, but finally gets a launch here.
Oh, you mean the
Seven Samurais.
There's the Jewel in Senjuro by Kurosawa.
Yeah, Kurosawa there, like a Kurosawa film, just waiting. And usually we did say that Virtua Fighter is very intense, but these guys are staring each other down. Again, that's why I thought it was a button check. But
I think it's also something particularly about Vita, and this is a player that plays on observation and reaction.
Right.
So they're checking out, what are you going to do? I'm fast enough to deal with it, so I'm going to watch you first. Tummy check.
Mid clap. Yep.
Oh, that was just a full miss. Crunchy crunch. One last chance there for Vita. And there's the low. The instinct to go low when your opponent is so close to death. It's one of those things that sometimes it could just be read. Oh, I'm nearly dead. He's got.
Yeah.
It does work. It works for a reason.
For sure. He kind of stuttered his timing a little bit before going for that low. Saw he was blocking high, went for that low. Now we're still in a scrambly situation. Gets the throw here, headbutt for the knockdown.
It's interesting. Okay, so he's going for a reset situation on that combo. He changed the combo with the kick into the chop instead of using the knees because he wanted an advantage on wake up. So here we go. Wow. Ooh, throw escape is nice into the low chop. So
2 low chops.
That's awesome. So Hato-sama has changed the direction of this match.
Yeah, drastically.
So
even the way it started, right? We were talking about how they were just observing each other, but I think Vita was kind of, I'd say maybe a little gun shy or a little slow onto how he was able to employ his game plan from the first game because Hato-sama kind of ran away with how he was just dictating the pace of that match, and Vita was kind of a step behind in this in that second game.
There's a dream for Christmas yet.
Father Christmas is still with us, guys. Let's go. Don't let Halloween or the demons get to it. Keep the holiday spirit all year round.
And Shidosha with the Taka knowledge is filling us in. The combo is max damage as well. So that
really?
we're talking about. Wow. Yeah, so I'm not seeing that combo path so often with Taka players. I think there's probably two choices. Finishing off with the knee into stomp. Or this, sidekick into chop. It's been pretty interesting to see that attempt. Different to the other Takas that we've seen today. Hato-sama specifically has gone for that. And so my instinct was, I think that's actually all about the wake up. But yeah, as Shidosha's saying, it's also max damage. So very interesting.
Thank you, Shidosha, for the insight there. One of the GOATs on the mic when it comes to this game. And we are going to go to the Broken House to settle things in game number 2. Again, best race to 3 here. So still a lot of adjustments that can be made on both sides.
Elf versus Demon, let's go.
That's how the matchup is. That's how it's built on paper, right?
You'd kind of think that the Elf would be the small guy, but Taka showing that elves can be bullies too right now.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, here's the forward throw. Feel that crunch. And just... Yeah, okay, momentum change. Oh, nice, the headbutt wake up.
The headbutt has always been the difference maker to kind of steal the round away at the final before Vita is able to get the wheels turning on his side. So
yeah, I think Vita was attempting to crush on wake up, but the timing was missed.
Unfortunate, right? Headbutt again. Introduce the wall here. Like you said, breakable wall here. He's got to roll away. Low sweep and the throw on Vita's side.
Oh, stayed on the ground too long. Next chance, watching for it this time. A little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Watch this evade. What was he attempting?
Man,
So it was too much recovery.
A little too much, but just like that, he got a good read on it. But my goodness, as I say that, we get the headache throw still at the center here. Nice movement for the purple flash. Gets the throw as well.
That was well interrupted because Taka was going into a stance and another move was about to come out and he just attacked through it. So Vita taking advantage in this round. Life on the line, getting around back here.
Man, it's just so crazy when you see them just both kind of mirroring blocks and trying to go for low blocks as well. So they're really playing high level at this point.
And you see them both box stepping here at the start of the round, watching for each other. Nobody really wants to just throw out a move at this point. Ooh,
speaking of throwing out moves, yep, able to get that launch. And now continuing on with the offense here.
That is nasty.
Yep.
Okay, so you see that was a quick wake-up stuff attempt, but Vita actually stayed on the ground, now taking some... Slow it down a little bit. I think Vita's doing the right thing here, controlling the space.
Nice.
And winning it neutral. Nice one.
That was really good. Just, yeah, like you said, controlling the space, creating whiff opportunities just like that. A little too, I'd say, trigger happy was Hato there, but gonna get that throw.
Yeah. Hato making a really hard read there. He just one kick at distance, then backstep, and then ran in for a throw.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, no luck. Ooh, nicely done. Waking up with the hit throw.
Nice. Stayed blocking here. Uh-oh. There you have it.
There's a really nice swing there. Because you're on the wall, I've got to get out. And the circular attack takes care of that.
Yeah, quite unfortunate there. Really back and forth, though. We're seeing a lot of adjustments on both sides. But you still see that slight hesitation just to see and assess the situation on Vita's side. Trying to slow things down.
We tell Santa Claus that bad elf got out of the basement.
Hey, he's defending Christmas, man. This demon is here trying to ruin stuff. I mean, from this broken house, who knows? So maybe he's just trying to save Christmas here and give some presents, but the house is broken. And now we got to be able to try to fight our way back into Christmas.
So Vita actually getting the initiative at the start of the round this time. No more hesitation. And working again. Ooh, that was a dangerous finish to the string. Tucker dropped out of that combo.
He did, and now just holding the PKG just to see if he was going to go for that Sabaki. But like you said, maybe trying a more offensive approach, not holding back and just going all out here. Like the strike attack or hit throw game he's trying to go for.
Waited out this time and actually won on the evade. So now the advantage back to Vita in this round. Nicely done. And yeah, not going all out, managed to block then, but the nice launcher hit confirmed.
Nice movement on the side of Vita.
Yeah.
Just constantly moving, canceling out, being able to make sure that he's the one kind of being the hammer and not the nail at this point. Yeah, not assessing anymore. He's actually going for the kills and going for the offense now.
Just measuring the space there at the start of the round once again, so that's interesting. I'd like to see the attack from Tucker at the start of the round coming up next.
As you say that, wish granted here. He's trying to push for the wall here. Uh-oh.
Okay, that was well done by Vita. He saw that he was just being hit checked and blocked it and just went straight in. And there we go, mid to punish. So that's
3 rounds straight on the side of Vita. And like you said, pure reads on his side. What's your assessment, Berserk, when it comes to the changes that Vita has made coming into this matchup?
Well, he's made the choice to go on the attack here, so it's been a good choice. So he's got to put Kobachio Okami on the back foot, and that's what he's done in these last 2 rounds. So finally, we're seeing signs of life out of Vita, and it's been when they've not been on relentless attack, but always measured. However, if you're taking initiative, you've got to press that button. And in this case, they pressed it first, and that's the difference in these 2 rounds. It put Kobachio Okami on the back foot in terms of thinking about their next move, and so it gave Hato-sama. It gave Hato-sama more to think about. Sorry, I'm looking at our next match.
Yeah. My bad. Sorry about that.
So Hato-sama was on the back foot suddenly, and that gave Vita more time, because it seems like Vita plays an observational type of play. And that's good, but it means that your reaction time is effectively lowered while you're waiting to see what you're...
Right. Yeah, and with how Taka can kind of press the offense, just overwhelming you and your reactions, right? So, as you said, he's being more confident in how he's going to approach this. We're going to see a possible switch up away from the broken house. I don't know if we're going to go for more closed off stage or maybe an open arena for Hato Sama to try and push, but we just have to wait and see.
I think Hato's going to want less space. I think the pressure up close is going to benefit Tucker in this instance because Vita's made the most of the rounds when there's been a bit more room. Oh, wow. I was going to say Shrine with the low walls could be something.
That could be, that could be something very scary. And hey, production has heard us. Okay. So it seems like we're going to Shrine.
Yeah, so Shrine's a bigger stage, so that's not playing to Tucker's strengths as we've seen in the last match. Well, or more so, Vita has plenty of room to move, make space, and assess the neutral game and attack at their own pace. However, if they do get pressed to the wall, it's not about the wall hit, it's about getting hit off the ground at all because you're out of the ring at that.
True. So maybe that's the game plan that we are going to approach with here. Again, this is the final game of this matchup here. Kind of poetic because this is where we started out. Now gets the reversal here to start things out. It seems like Vita trying to observe a little bit, gets stomped for his troubles.
Now it's who's going to impose pressure. 2 evades, and there's the back throw, headbutt into the combo. And so, and that's got nice. Yeah, you see that immediate sidestep into elbow. Watching for Vita to wake up quickly. You've got the choice to wake up slow or fast. And so he read that perfectly.
Oh, wow. Forcing out the PKG there. But now just, it seems like Hato, is the one that's kind of observing. Tries to get the throw and gets the headbutt and follow it up as well.
Stepping back this time, interesting. Doesn't want to get reversaled into the edge of the walls, near the edge of the ring, I should say. Not much of a wall; it's low height.
Yeah, low height, but hey, just like that, Hato, 2 rounds in the bag for him. Vita, let's see if he's gonna play with the space here. Approaches with that low profile low.
Okay, playing nicely with the safe mid. Oh, read it nicely and escaped from the lower. That was a low throw escape off the ground.
Beautiful stuff on Hato's side. Another throw escape on Hato's side. I say throw escape on both sides. And the sidestep side turn gets the low sweep. One more would do it for Vita, but no, gets thrown first.
Nicely picked.
A lot of damage here, Berserk. Final sequence. Oh,
2P.
Him out of it.
2P, baby. You remember that move? Everybody does that move.
The round closer, the big finisher of everyone. So Vita stays alive here. Now,
interesting.
You see overhead, gets the throw. We're still at the center of the stage.
Goes for the low throw attempt, escaped. On ground throws are Oi's specialty as well. Okay, on wake up, what do we got? Well defended by Vita. Off the ground combo. Nice use of the circular to stay on advantage, but blocked.
Man,
now we're in struggle town.
Yeah, Hato able to get 2 good steps in the sequence, and just like that, Hato-sama, ladies and gentlemen, moving on in this tournament. But big shout outs to Vita, keeping things very competitive and also representing Aoi.
Yeah, so I mean that was a great Aoi. It was a different style to what we saw earlier, and yeah, I think Hato's got a lot going for him now. We're going to take a break after this, so thank you everyone for checking out the matches so far. We're going to come back in a few short minutes with the rest of our top 8.
Peggy 12. Peggy 18.
Ready, go!
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
The Pack.
Returning to the ring, a legend in his own right, a man who once dominated wrestling, who redefined what it means to be a fighter, and what dark design of fate has led him to face tonight. The very team that spelled an end to his glory days, that led to his controversial retirement, that shocked the world. Free from his pack tonight, he's hunting solo. The force of pain you can contain. Wolf Hockfield.
And welcome back, folks. You're watching the top 8 of Virtua Fighter Open Championship online qualifiers for the APAC region. Pod Spice and Berserk keeping you guys company and at your service. Berserk, talk to me. How are you feeling now that we're kind of midway or like kind of almost through to the top 8 here?
Yeah, it's been an interesting tournament. We've been getting to know some of these names that are not necessarily the names that are the top Japanese tournaments in offline or to international tournaments. So it's a deeper roster, and so it's been great to see some more of these names. Obviously, we talked a little bit about how we've been learning how they're quite well known at their local arcade scenes, and certainly the skill level has been amazing. So it's been great so far.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. Again, I'm still a student of the game, and also shout out to the people in the chat that are also giving us some insights and also keeping us company as we try and crown the top 4 up until the champion for the qualifiers. I know Shadosha just dropped some knowledge for the Taka. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more Taka since Hato-sama did move on in this tournament along with Namiwaru. Hopefully we see more of his Taka and his Kage, but I believe our next match is going to be Sori versus Kobachio Okami. Still loser side of things, so a bit more intensity here since they are playing for their tournament lives.
Yeah, so we saw them earlier. Let's help me out here. My brain has gone to mush while I took a short break earlier. Sori and Kobachio Okami. We saw them both earlier. What do you?
Sori, I believe, was he the other Aoi we did see? Or
yeah,
because I know we saw the Eileen.
No, Kobachio Okami is the
it's Kobachio
Aoi.
Okami.
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. So Kobachio Okami is the very scary looking Aoi. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
And Sori, who did we have?
Sori versus Janu. So that was Jackie versus, I think it was
a
Kage.
Kage. Yeah, okay. All right, I have a Kage as well. Let's
oh, you do? Let's see that. Oh my god. Then once we bring out the Kage, he's going to change it up. I'm kidding.
Is it time for Kage? We'll find out.
Okay. I just love how distinct he is with the blue and the yellow belt. That's just Kage through and through. Can you do the Azuna drop real quick? Just drop. Okay. 10-foot drop. Boom. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, wait.
There we go.
There you go.
Namu.
There it is. Azuna dropped in.
I think I'd like to see. I've only played the first couple of levels, but Sega's new Shinobi game is so good, and obviously that's Joe Musashi. But come on, can't we see the family of different ninjas from the world of Sega? I want to see Kage make a guest appearance.
That'll be dope. Seeing him Azuna drop folks or 10-foot toss people in different games. That's gonna be amazing. But let's talk about Sori versus Kobachio Okami. So the very scary owie we did see versus Kobachio Okami, versus Sorori, which unfortunately couldn't really get the offense going with the Kage because Janu was just on another level in that matchup with his Jackie.
Yeah, we saw some good signs. So Sorori did manage to win quite a few rounds and was breaking through the relentless Jackie offense. But I would worry. I don't know. From what I saw from Kobachio Okami and Aoi, it was relentless against a character, the Eileen from Rayora, who we saw really take it to Densetsu and play a fast, sharp, punishing game. If that person could be taken apart by Kobachio Okami, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be very terrible, or at least him going up against this matchup could be really tough for either of these players. Again, I think Sorori, like you mentioned, we did see signs of life, and I think he wants to be able to prove that, all right, you know what, I didn't have the best run in the upper bracket, but now maybe there's a little fire underneath me since I'm at the loser side of things, so I won't be able to showcase what Kage does come in with. So here we have it, folks, just the top 8. We are already on losers round 2. Oh my god, I forgot Densetsu is actually here as well. So just an intense matchup between Densetsu and
Hato.
Hato, yes. The Kage and secondary Kage. First one was the Taka.
I wonder, because we talked about how we saw Hato playing Akira earlier, and he's switched to Taka. And Densetsu is in losers bracket partially because of Taka. He actually was losing to the Taka earlier, to Omiwaru, and then Omiwaru changed to Kage and managed to just clinch out the match. So that's going to be very interesting. But first, of course, we're going to be looking at Kage versus Oi. Here we go.
Also a one-walled stage here. I think button check? No, not quite. No, we're throwing hands.
he stepped back and did the axe kick just to sort of get a read on things, and now that's enough time for Okami to really just impose themselves on the match as we've seen them do.
Yeah. So yeah, just kind of a calling card of how he was able to win against Eileen. Now able to get some throw breaks going. Also we got some stance. Yeah, look at that. Just creating so much distance. Nice block on the low. Able to get purple flash as well.
That's incredible.
Low offense on the side of Kobachio Okami.
The ability there to keep the side turn state and force 2 mistakes and get 2 side turn sequences was really impressive here.
Yeah. Okay, gets the stagger also. Now mid-pressure coming from Sorori. But finishing strings and circulars, but now big chance for Kage. Uh-oh, Sabaki on the kick.
That nasty low. Here we go on Wake Up. Just backing off a little bit. That's interesting. Okay, we're still playing in the middle of the stage.
Man, look at that. Stance cancel. We pause, and then I just go for the patented low jab. Let's go.
Yeah, and so this is that classic thing of you do take turns in VF and you play a sequence where you're flowing through and you're trying to force your opponent to make a mistake so you can take the turn or keep the turn. But sometimes you want to mask what you're doing next, and the nature of Oi with some of these cancels being used to such strong effect there, because there's an offensive play being imposed on the match by Kobe no Okami. And in this instance, right at the end of that match, they come in with a whiff string, stop it part way, and then change things up to get a hit. How do you read this person?
Yeah, it makes you have that deer in the headlights scenario where it's like, what do we? You're just overwhelming me with this options, and I can't understand how I'm able to come forward. So that's the pressure that Kobachio Okami brings to the table. But Sori still has a chance to kind of fight his way back into this. Like you said, the good tools of Kage, does have evasive strings, also can go for speed and mix-ups. We haven't seen any throws being done in this matchup, but Aurora stage could present different things coming from this Kagemaru pick.
Yeah, so I think we've seen a few throw escapes that nothing really land from the Kage side, and yeah, there's a huge combo that could come out if they succeed in getting particularly a forward throw. Okay, and getting the low ground throw, that's extra damage that you don't want to put up with. And suddenly, it's nearly the end already for Kage, just getting poked.
Wow. True. Just spin to win. We stance cancel. We go for these lows. We got those circulars going on. And it seems like Kobachio Okami very content with this, how it's going. But nice step at the start.
So Sori, I was going to say, Sorori's every attempt was reasonable. Like, there wasn't necessarily a bad choice there. And we saw it came off this time at the start of this round. But now,
bullying pressure. Look at that. The second hit was able to land, and now a circular to get against the wall and breaks it as well.
And you see the smart repositioning, see that movement to one side. I want to get dead in front of you so I can get the most damage. Now that wall is gone, so that becomes a ring out.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is, the 10-foot toss, knee, and let's see some wall carry. Just enough. Okay, full combo.
Still trying to constantly realign. Kobachio Okami, though, answering back here. Sori, almost about even in terms of life, but no, gets the throw.
Even after getting that really key damage, it's Kobe that gets back and has done Kobachio Okami has done just enough in the short exchanges to not have to do that much on recovery when they get their next chance.
I like that you pointed out those short exchanges, getting so much return on it. Kobachio Okami, though, nice 2Ps here. Gets the overhead. Yep.
So that's a nice fake out. Like, you go back turned and you'd expect to be guarding a low because that is a safe move for Kage after the back turn. Oh my god, the wall hit was just enough. And again, it creeps up on you. This is like a wave of dread, this IOE.
Yeah, with the way you present that, it just I know we had that same scenario, or that same I would say saying when it came to Densetsu slowly creeping up with how well he's approaching this matchup, but that's feeling the same way. So Sori has one last game potentially to kind of turn things around, and from that one game he has to continue on. But just the wave of offense or the string pressure that he brings to the table hasn't been resolved yet on this Kagemaru and how he defends up against Aoi.
Yeah, and the ability to reply, like, Sori's shown some good signs and landed the 10-foot toss, the combo, is punished on the side, and look at the pressure now, but you can't count out Kobachio Okami at any point.
That's true. Okay, trying to go for just standing ground here, but now just repositioning for the wall here. Trying to go for an overhead, finishing strings, no, forcing him to a mix-up as he spins around.
Yeah, just that adjustment, changing the output of that string, and getting the wall here. That is just mean.
True. I mean, that's how you want to bully as Aoi, right? Just constantly second guess, but now big start for Sori here. Half-life advantage, that is.
An attempt to backdash punish there. Got the side kick. And deliberately moved to side onto the wall there.
Oh my god. Berserk, just like that, he was able to even it out, but now I'm going to make the most out of this.
Oh, you see that low attempt from back turn. There's the reversal. Oh my god.
Man, he had all the right reads there, but...
I was going to say that's got to hurt, because of course it looks like it hurt. But that feeling of, I should have been able to get up in that low attack.
Yeah, can I just say, this is very reminiscent of the Eileen match with Rayora.
Yeah.
Final sequence, able to get the reversal on the leg sweep, and just like that, a wave of offense on the side of Kobachio Okami. But now we side turn, able to actually
really nicely
throw.
done. He actually, that was not the can string. He swapped it out for the launcher, and now there's a chance here for Sori, but no.
Man, just like that, Kobachio Okami moving on here. But big ups, big shout outs to Sorori's Kage. It's just the overwhelming offense of Aoi, which again, not much representation when it comes to the top 8, but here in the APAC region, specifically Japanese players, the Aoi is well represented here.
I'm again a little bit lost for words looking at that Aoi. There's something special. You see, we saw another Aoi earlier and pretty good, didn't make it through this time, but there's a really distinct change in the tone and the and the style of play here. There's different move choices, the way that the sequences are built up, and how the pressure is applied to the opponent, and then the ability to reply when the opponent, like Sorori, I don't think did too much wrong in that match.
Yeah,
there weren't any big mistakes. They just weren't able to really impose their game on the opponent. Even when they managed to get like a 10-foot toss into a combo or a side turn hit. It amounted to something, but just not enough.
Yeah, and bring it back to like the different Aois we did see. I think it was Vita, right? Was kind of more of a observe and wait and react to the certain matchup. While here, you really saw how dangerous the strings and how a confident Aoi player is in the timing of the reversals and the way he was able to employ his mix-ups when the strings really is so terrifying to go up against. So I'm excited to see how Kobachio Okami is going to continue on in his losers bracket run. However, we are going to move on to our next match, though. Densetsu versus Hato Sama.
So again, we were talking about that before. So we saw Hato playing as Akira in pools. And actually lost a match to Namiwaru, who was playing Taka. So I guess he didn't want to play Taka versus Taka. Because we understand, we've seen him play Akira and Taka from Hato's side.
True.
And then we saw Densetsu lose to Namiwaru as well. So both of these players, the only person that has beaten them is Namiwaru. So this is an interesting matchup now, considering Densetsu was losing against Ataka and managed to start coming back and in fact dominating in the match against Namiwaru. And Namiwaru had to change to Kage.
Yeah. So the switch, I think. Let's see. It seems like the Taka is coming out, but Densetsu for sure that Gene. You did bring up something interesting, the Taka mirror match. How do you feel about mirror matches? Are you for it? Are you against it? What do you? If someone would challenge you to a pie mirror match, do you like it or not?
I probably don't. I don't. It doesn't happen that often, but no, it's weird initially, but it's also nice to see the way other people play, particularly if they have a different style to you, because it just there's so much you can do in this game. It sometimes blows your mind to think, I wouldn't have thought to play that way and it worked. Why did it work on me? Why am I so useless at this game? and then
the existential dread. Oh my god.
and then you think to yourself, okay, well, what can I adapt now to my game? And I guess that's the great thing about it.
Yeah, I kind of like the mirror match because I kind of copy or like, oh, I use that. Okay, cool, great. But it's kind of a nightmare when it comes to like if you're playing to learn, that's great. If you're playing to win, then it's a nightmare because it's like you're in your head. And you second guess, you get so, you second guess and you kind of, the confidence level kind of shrinks, especially if it's a blowout. And yeah, it makes you think like, should I be maining this character? Do I even deserve to use this character at this point? So
it just like for some people it doesn't make a difference, I guess. But yeah, it does do that to me. I do kind of feel when I'm playing in a mirror match that I'm second guessing the way I play a little bit because I'm just not used to playing against myself essentially.
It is what it is. We didn't see any mirror matches for today, but I think there was. I was reviewing like the VODs of the top 8. We did see a Shun mirror match. I believe that was in Combo Breaker. Or is it Combo Breaker Evo? I forget. But none of that today. We are going to see a Jean versus Taka match like we did predict. And Densetsu, getting the rhythm and timing of another Taka, but let's see how his knowledge is going to fare up against Hato-sama.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's a major difference in playstyle to predict at this point. It'll start to become evident as we see these guys play in this matchup that we saw earlier, albeit with different players. And there was a sense earlier that Hato-sama chose a few different pathways with Taka, but that was Oi specific. Right. And so against Jean, who's heavier, we'll see how he fares. Ooh, attempt to throw first from Densetsu. That was interesting. That's quite brave at the start of a round.
Yeah, we usually like fundamental start, right? Just pokes, but here the throw at the start, maybe just to kind of change up the offense. But now gets the big throw on to Jean here.
And it kind of suggests that Densetsu's ready to play fast straight away. But here goes the end of the round. So he got broken through at the midpoint of that match, and Taka takes the first round.
Yeah, so maybe this is a sign for Densetsu to slow things down, but no, just dashes on into a headbutt. Hato looking real strong, but Densetsu could change things up in an instant.
Yeah, he paused on finishing that string on Okazemi and looking for the wake up. But Taka just playing solid. We're at even life at the moment. Oh, escapes that. That was the end of the round, but he escapes nicely. Densetsu now just a sliver away.
Wow, he jumps back, creates the whip punish, and then able to get the finishing sequence with that jab. Okay, I see you, Densetsu. Let's see how Hato's going to respond now.
Look at that, box stepping twice just to see what he wants to do. And hesitation comes in. Densetsu starting things away. That is a hard sequence. There's a couple of choices there for Jean. Okay, wake up. And okay, he got the hit, but he wasn't confident enough to follow it up yet. Waiting again. And now Hato is taking advantage. You hesitate, I will knee you.
Yeah.
And there it is. Ooh, that's not it!
Wow. Able to finish it off. Yep. Good old reliable 2P, folks, to close it out. But I think that was quite intense when it came to the final sequences. But so far now, PPP to start things off. Stomp to the grab, and now you're at the wall here.
Oh, that was so well done. He knew the exact distance he needed to travel. Look at that on wake-up attempt. And now it's Densetsu on the back foot. Another stomp.
Oh, close it out. So Densetsu's Taka nightmares aren't quite over just yet. So we did see him lose 2 straight towards the Taka at winners at Namiwaru at the winner's side of things.
It's fine. He'll lose the next one, and then he'll wake up and start doing Taka.
Don't spoil. Oh God, Berserk, you're kind of spoiling that we have a script to follow here. You're a bit ahead of time here. I'm kidding. We'll see. That has been the case so far when it comes down to it. Kind of slow starts on Densetsu's side to kind of figure out the pieces he's got to put together. Tried experimenting, going fast and offensive at the start, but maybe he's going to try to change things up coming into the next round.
Yeah, it's hard to think of what he has to do differently. I think he's been playing quite solidly. I can't see anything in his game that is like a mistake. I think he really just has to change his approach in terms of, let's start with something a little different, but that Taka, Hato-san has had the answers so far. And he hasn't even had to really defend too strongly. He's just known, I think his evasion game has been really, and then he's stuck to his attack sequences and put the pressure on. So that's why we haven't seen Densetsu attacking and staying on attack so much as we've seen him do throughout most of his other matches.
Okay. Heading towards the city, a stage that Densetsu has seen a lot of success in, a lot more compact compared to the Aurora stage. So let's see. But introducing Taka to the walls, we did see a lot of sequences where Taka capitalized on that. So kind of a double-edged sword that Densetsu is playing with here.
Everybody steps out for a second. Ooh, nicely ducked under the high. So that's a little kick. And then he gets the high again. So Densetsu holding the attack at this point.
Speaking of holding buttons, able to get that sequence. Back throw here and to get the excellent.
So that charge side kick caused him to have advantage. And then it's a choice. Will he go low or mid? Oh,
Wow, tried to create distance away from the punishing option, the PPP onto Taka here. There's that low hand sweep, gets the throw and headbutt for your troubles to try to push for the wall.
Interesting. So on wake up, he went for the elbow and evade. So Densetsu's taking his turn now. Evasion into the side, and that's guaranteed. And there's the wall. Okay.
Oh no.
Guarantee it.
Finishing off, but no, our friend 2P, the 1P, oh, they move it, they're moving.
So
Berserk.
many evades.
Oh, and the blocks, that was the most intense round, Berserk. Wow.
And it just reverted to the basics. I've blocked, I'm gonna elbow. Oh man, that was crazy.
Yeah, really down to the wire. That's the lowest the round count, the seconds has went. 9 seconds, folks. Densetsu now trying to play for his life here. 2-hit punish, we keep going and push for that wall.
Did the charge string on block there again, and that gave him the advantage. So that's put him in the box seat for this round. Ooh, the hits confirmed, not too much in the combo.
Hey,
and you saw Hato actually hesitate and see that evade. He actually stopped, but there was too much recovery.
Yeah, good move away from the chest check for Densetsu to capitalize. So far, he's kind of figured it out, but we do see a bit of low offense to create this opportunity for Hato.
Oh, Sabaki. Okay, so, no combo. That was interesting. I wonder if he was just delaying it a little too much.
And leaving damage on the table. We're seeing a hop back here just to create some whip offense. Nice escape on the throw to the low hit circular. Our friend 2P is back, Berserk. Uh-oh.
Oh, and then the duck. So that's sort of the key. Like you block the mid, then you duck the high and punish. So we're seeing a little bit of that knowledge coming in.
Yeah,
Hato.
knowledge check. Yeah, on both sides here on Hato. But finishes the string just to get the knockdown. Nice interrupt for him not to charge it up.
Nice delay, but this time Densetsu is patient, punishes nicely. Just one touch that time. There you go. He's shown him that sequence before, went for the low, but punishing now. Oh, I'll take that stomp. Okay.
Oh, run on in with jabs,
and there
we
you have
push
it.
Against the wall.
And that's the hesitation. The hesitation from Densetsu. So I think that's the story at the moment.
Yeah, Hato with Taka could definitely create that hesitation coming on in because you're kind of overwhelming what I'm going to do once I find my opening, able to find the wall. Again, Densetsu is keeping things close. That really went to the final round, but let's see how he's going to... That's the crazy
thing about this match so far. It's kind of like watching Kobachio Okami before. You think that the momentum's going the other way and it suddenly switches. So here we go. The hit confirmed. That was a whiff whip punish.
Yeah, that 1P hasn't found a home just yet. Densetsu now trying to find his offense. 2 side steps to the foreground. Continue on. Charge it up.
Nicely done there by Densetsu. He'll finish this sequence. That's the force to the guard break. And a nice solid elbow just to check him.
Yeah.
You see that movement?
Yeah, he's playing a lot more with that movement, but we've seen how Hato is able to turn things around. It's a throw here just to keep the real estate.
Part of it is just to make the opponent feel like something's coming and it's not, and he got to block the wake up.
Definitely.
Now they're just exchanging blows at the moment. There's a change of throw into the forward throw instead of the back throw, which Densetsu has been escaping.
Whoa,
nice evade,
stepping
no punish.
Not quite. Now we charge it up, trying to push for the offense, but
that was a mistake from Densetsu. I think he thought that a 2P or something like that was coming because he went for an overhead chop. But it was
that was quite unfortunate. Yeah, and just beating him out at the punch there. So now, gonna try to find the opening, and we do see that Hato is able to counter here. Uh-oh.
Evade into throw attempt, stuff Densetsu trying to maintain control here, but another evade into headbutt. Oh, and there's the low throw. That was a pure read. He knew that Densetsu was wanting to avoid jab pressure, and he went for the low throw. Amazing.
Oh, how jab to start things out.
And now we're back
in
with
big
the back
trouble.
throw.
Yeah, and now Hato just controlling the pace. We try to interrupt the high chop here. Densetsu trying to look for an opening, but a headbutt finds him at side turn.
I think Densetsu's going to have to... Well, I mean, he's got barely any time to adjust, but he's going to have to shorten his string sequences because he gets evade punished again to see the round out by Hato. Amazing.
Yeah. Incredible performance by Hato, sending out one of the big hitters here at Densetsu out of this tournament. Congratulations by Hato, staying alive here in Densetsu. We'll see him hopefully next week with his Jean, but talk to me, Berserk. There was a lot of moving sequences that I would say Densetsu couldn't keep a lock onto this Taka.
I mean, these are two characters that more recent addition. Well, Taka came out in VF3, but he returned in VF1. Jean's also a newer character. These are characters that are not as well known to a lot of players in the West, but these guys are masters. They've got every sequence drilled down, and in this instance, Densetsu showed... I mean, this is the flow of a Virtua Fighter match. It was pure psychology. There were moments where he was starting to overcome Taka, and there were some times where he actually... Because John has the charge attacks in the middle of the strings. That creates advantage for him, and then he sets up his next attack. He didn't get to do much of that. Some of it was starting to creep in, and we saw him do a charge attack, forcing a block, and then offensive move to the side to an unblockable. Some of those classic Gene attacks were starting to come through, but he was really going for it a few times, and every time he moved with enough recovery, Hato was there. He evaded, he launched, and he made the most of the damage. So that was where it seemed like Densetsu had the neutral game going well, but Hato had the punishment game, and that's where it counted.
Yeah, and it seems like Hato is quite comfortable in this Sean matchup. You didn't see that low sweep that we usually, the hand sweep, the 1P that we usually see. And Densetsu, that's one way to kind of open it up. And very aware the strings, like you said, couldn't get the charge game going, couldn't get the strings that Densetsu was using in pools up until the top 8. Just unable to get it. And seems like two Takas kind of hunting him. Hopefully we get to see more of Densetsu in the next qualifying match, qualifying tournament, which will happen next week. But right now, Berserk, we are going to move on to the winners finals here. Namiwaru versus Janu. So Taka versus Jackie.
Yeah, so I think Namiwaru has been the surprise player of this tournament because he's come through and he defeated Densetsu in quite convincing fashion, but it's convincing in the sense that he was dominating and then he was reversed and it was Densetsu who dominated against him, and he showed the ability to actually character change and clutch it out. So that speaks a lot for his game. And Janu, I don't know. I think he's just solid Jackie. There's something there that he's just clutching it through, and I really couldn't pick a winner in this match. I think in terms of what we've seen so far, there's something a little more exciting about Namiwaru.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how these two styles will clash. Again, like I agree with you, Namiwaru surprising everyone with how he was able to kind of control Densetsu at the beginning, kind of laying out that blueprint for how Hato kind of handled things. Possibly Hato saw something in that match, but like you said, Janu, solid Jackie, playing with the jackknife cancels, the beat down, beat knuckle, able to play around with the shuffle steps as well, really showcasing what Jackie is all about. So this could be quite one of the most competitive matches we are going to see on winner's side. And again, I think these guys are set to actually one of the qualifying already towards the regional finals here. Yeah,
and I think the characteristics of both of these players is that they both seem to be quite fearless. You've seen so many times that they've been actually a lot of back and forth, and they've been on the defensive at times, and they've just broken through, and that's why we see them in this winners final.
So button check will be happening here, folks. We have seen Janu just really utilize all of Jackie's tools, but also will Namiwaru kind of bring out the Kage if things don't go in his favor? That is also a question that will be answered as this matchup will be going.
Yeah, so we've got a nice. I think we should see some combo practice here. Let's see some combos for the learner players in the chat. I don't know if we can get a message out to them. It's like, hey, what do you want to see? Let's see a combo.
Oh wow.
Here we go. Jackie's turn.
Yeah, some Taka combos, right? You need to be able to make sure that you have your big boy combos down.
And again, they're being polite. They're taking turns. It's just a button check, but we're gonna treat it evenly. We're gonna be fair.
I think each round, like, you're gonna check buttons on each side. Again, it's actually really cool. I think there was only that one time it was a Brad match where he just kept jumping into the water when okay, we're done with the button check. Let's just get on with the match.
Yeah, I guess you can't really because it's online. You can't say to the player, "All right, cool, I'm good, you're good. You mind if I just finish off the rounds?" And of course, offline you can also go back to character select a bit more easily. But I also wonder if this is, maybe in the chat you guys can tell us, if this is maybe a Japanese arcade cultural thing where you want to respect your opponent, and even if they're doing the button check, they're seeing out the button check with even round. Yeah. What is this? Is this honor? Is this respect?
Hey man, I'm all about the culture. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. So yeah, all the way to the final round. And I think a ring out might be the way to close it out.
Yeah, let's bring it out.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna this stage in Virtua Fighter 5, because obviously Virtua Fighter 5 has been around for years. I'll share with everyone a super quick story. My favorite ring out of all time. You can find it in the official Virtua Fighter Discord. I think in the channel where people were talking about announcements, and Ryan Hart was the one who suffered the ring out, so I shared a gif of it for him. And he was a good sport and he laughed. He ran at the corner of that stage against Fudo at a tournament, and Fudo just escaped him and threw him out of the ring. It was great.
Ooh, do follow that on the Discord. But now we're actually going Deep Mountain here, the taco stage. So there'll be potential for ring outs, but aggressive at the start if we don't sidestep any of the initial sequences.
I want to see Taka just launch at the start of the round and hit the wall. Okay, he went for something. Jackie just 2P'd instead. He knew that he wanted something, and it's about counter poking at this point. There's your headbutt. Wall game for Taka.
Nice ducks against the highs here, but now just overwhelming with the offense. Again, Janu playing to his strengths here, just making sure that he's going to try and continue to push the pace here. Relentless, overwhelming offense from Jackie.
Yeah, and it's nothing spectacular. It's just solid Jackie, and I love that the step kicks just to keep the side turn offense going. Yeah. Okay, punish that launcher attempt.
Wow.
Okay. Namiwaru, I don't know. Would you call it desperate, or is it a big read? I think it's a big read. He went for the and got punished, but let's see what he does with this next. Okay. Jab pro.
Able to get another side switch. Okay. Headbutt towards the wall here. Let's see how Janu's going to escape the pressure.
I like that. He went, oh, it's another low.
Nice.
Beautiful. And we're close. Okay, went for the mid. Makes sense.
I like this. Namiwaru now kind of picked up on something. 2 low throws here, just the reposition against the wall, catching something from Janu. So now Janu, solid knees to start things out. Switch sides.
That was interesting. He rolled away, which gives me the willies, because you know the end of the ring is right there. And he came straight back in with a special wake-up attack. Nice evade. The high attempt was stuffed, but the semicircular gets in. Hit throw, and suddenly Namiwaru is tying it up.
Yeah,
one round go.
A lot of interruptions on both sides, right? But now we're seeing a lot more heavy throw game on Namiwaru, but finds a sequence here to push against the wall here. Not looking too good for Janu.
Headbutt again. That is a well-practiced sequence, I think. Like, he knows the opponent's feeling freaked out, and that's where they want to duck. Like, he's almost doing it without watching the opponent.
Throw escape here. Big hill to climb for Janu. Needs to check him, and now we're almost at low. Not life lead here, but the big low to close it out for Namiwaru. 3 straight rounds, by the way, coming in from a 2-round deficit.
Yeah, he just needed that time to get a feel for the hit timing of the opponent, perhaps, because sometimes it's not just about do you know the character, and he obviously understands the matchup, but what is Janu's timing? How does he like to approach me? And he's found it. He unlocked it for this first match.
True. I think it's just the case of like understanding something, because I lost count, Berserk, with how many times you called the low throw, the crouch throw, just to switch sides and the practice combo afterwards. So I think, we're going to City. We're going to try and change things out from the taco stage to a more square stage to probably create that separation that Janu kind of needs from the to collect himself before going into more exchanges with Taka.
Yeah, it's possible that I said before, I wasn't seeing anything particularly wrong with Janu's play. It's solid. Jackie's so good. But yeah, that subtle psychological pressure of that stage might have been playing on him. All right, so they're both filling each other out just to start.
High tension in that stage, but wow, able to finish that sequence. And now Namiwaru has himself in a good position here, but no, gets the mid-check kick there from Jackie.
It's interesting, Namiwaru gave Jackie a lot of space on wake up right there. So a lot of respect, just wanting to see what he's doing here. And it's up to, I think it's up to Janu to try and change the pace of the match as he loses this first round, because it's been Namiwaru who has been able to just take a step back and assess where he needs to intercept and impose himself on the match, as he does with the neutral throw.
Yeah, I like that you say that. Kind of just leaving a little slack to hang his opponent and not really just psychologically overwhelming him. And just like that, 2 throws and the headache throw. We're still at the center of the stage, but Janu not looking good in terms of health here.
And there was a big... See that? That was a huge circular attack. Even if blocked, though, it was enough to tell him, you're not going to step.
Yeah, so Namiwaru doing real good work here up against Janu. We throw once again.
So that's part of the psychology, I think. He did the big stomp, and the players are good enough to know, oh, there, get the punish. So, yeah, the opponents know they need to low block that, but if they're too slow, he's going to low throw you. Okay.
Side check options here. Janu... last attempt here in this game, but no, eats the low hits, and just like that 3 rounds straight in City, go to Namiwaru.
Just when it seemed like Janu was trying to dial in, there was something going on here, and after just a slight break, like he got that side turn hit, he did the step kicks, and then it was his option to win the neutral again. Like, had advantage, but it's Namiwaru who takes it out.
Yeah, one thing you did point out is just allowing him to wake up pressure-free. So, yeah, he needs to find his rhythm in this match, because Namiwaru is actually giving him that space to figure it out, or trying to figure out the timing to open up Taka. But low-high string here, unable to...
I think he doesn't want to let Jackie just get into a big flow, because he's got so much damage potential at a burst. Interesting. See the 2-2-Ps? I'm going to just keep control of you at this point.
Yeah.
Okay,
kind of
they're
frustrating him, right? There you go.
Yeah,
2Ps, trying to frustrate your timing and try to open me up. Unable to get anything out of that stagger.
Oh, there you go.
Punish.
Okay, that was good stuff by Janu. He weathered the storm, and he replied with his pressure 2P and kept the neutral game to his own advantage.
Ooh,
nice
step. Yeah, on Janu's side. So getting into a flow, like you said, this is where Jackie's most dangerous. Playing around, moving around, playing with the shuffle steps, but big sweep takes him off his feet, and also a stomp on Namiwaru.
And you see it was Namiwaru who went back to basics there. He didn't survive that time, but Janu had the heat. He was really doing the damage there, and it was Namiwaru who went to elbow, 2P, elbow, and it was Janu that had to adjust and say, okay, I'm going to defeat this sequence. Nice fuzzy.
Oh my... Yo, the hugs, the grabs, the side turns on to Taka is just so terrifying. Janu now needs to control the pace of this match. All are hitting, all are red.
He stopped that string pretty nicely, but oh man, Namiwaru, he held on. Nicely done. So it's 2 rounds up to Janu. This is his chance. 1 round only to Namiwaru. He can still make it through here, Janu.
Man, 2Ps to start things out, just to stop the offensive flow. Unable to get the grab here, but it is Janu to get things while jumps back and goes for the launch here.
Oh, I love that circular, and that just freaks the opponent out. Like,
it does.
I can't duck and I can't step. So what does he do next? Straight up string.
Yeah, just Jackie as a string monster there. Once he keeps you in check, now you got to guess the strings. Now you got to guess when your timing is. But yeah, being blessed up with amazing circular options is definitely something that you want to be able to implore onto your opponents just so you can control the pace of this match as Janu did.
It's quite funny just noticing a comment from the chat. Never thought I'd see myself siding with a Jackie.
Hey man, that's what APAC region brings to you. The Takas are running wild here, and Janu playing on the back foot here. So
yeah, it is rare to see Jackie on the back foot like this, and so suddenly I'm kind of the same way. It's usually like, oh yeah, Jackie, he's oppressive. You've really got to just to him, and you don't expect to see a Jackie under this much pressure. So I kind of feel sorry for the guy.
Wow.
But you know that's. As you say, this is the high level we're playing at.
Was it ever, Berserk, was it ever in your 2025 bingo cards that you'd be rooting for a Jackie in a Virtua Fighter tournament?
Well, I like him just fine, but it's just unexpected. So no, yeah, I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, here we go. Both, yeah, okay, these guys, look at that box stepping at the start of the round. There's a lot of respect. They do know what to expect from one another.
True.
Oh, wow. Sometimes if you know your opponent's going to throw, you just launch them, and that's what Janu did. So we're equal on life here. Low throw once again. Hit the wall. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. I don't even need to relaunch you.
So one of the first ring outs, or rare ring outs we did see here, and in statues nonetheless. So kind of the big stage, but still able to find it because Taka is that bully that pushes you towards the wall as he's doing right now.
And that was all off a blocked low. So that was well read there. And the instinct, let's punish this low. But oh yeah, let's rising kick. 66k.
Yeah, rising kick. Let's go for that grab. And now Janu back in this.
It's not a while rising attack. It's just he's hitbox hits low and mid. So it's it's really great for wake up.
Scoops up, right?
Yeah.
So. Uh-oh.
Ooh, nice.
Not want to be here if you're Jackie, but gets the 3-3P, but we get the throw once again.
Okay, he waited too long. He let Jackie just take the initiative, and that's not what you want to do. So Namiwaru is on the back now with 2 rounds to Janu.
But note that 2 games is still on Namiwaru's side, so Janu still has to put in the work here to tie things up. Jab pressure, nice movement onto Janu here.
Ooh, nice evade, and he hesitated just a little because there wasn't a lot of advantage in it. So both players being very respectful here.
Yeah.
Okay. Evade.
Nice.
Oh, that is rough. That is Jackie all over. That is the pressure that we've been talking about. I got to your side. I'm not going to stop. So Janu pulls it back. We're at 2-2. So suddenly we've got a game on our hands. I don't feel sorry for Jackie. Do you?
No, we take it back, chat. We take it back. Ooh, Jackie, what? Nah, I don't feel it. We root for Taka. My homies root for Taka. But you have to admire how Janu is able to kind of crawl his way out of this situation. It was getting super dominant on Namiwaru's side. Getting quite close.
Yeah, it seems that his task is to just get the pressure off him and then do something unorthodox, just enough to make Taka hesitate. And then and in hesitation, that's where Jackie plays.
Yeah, that's true. He wants you to hesitate. But Taka, oh wow.
Oh, you were ducking?
Crouch.
Yeah, don't you duck against me?
Yeah, that is very oppressive. Taka now taking the disrespect personally here as he goes for 2 throws and he gets the launch.
Oh man. The recognition at speed of Namiwaru to see you're ducking, I have got something for you. And it set up the whole round.
I got you, my guy. Okay, whip opportunity here.
Ooh, there's the ducky again. There's the attempted low throw, but Jackie says, no, I'm going to punish you.
Yeah, I'm going to stand on business here as he gets the excellent in round 2. So just really big. I mean, you know, Jackie able to find so much offense from just pokes, but he was able to get that round there.
And it was a nice hit confirm to finish off. He did it slow, but he saw the hit confirm. Here we go. Ooh, that could have been something.
Yeah.
He just wasn't sure. He was poking when he should have been hit confirming. Here we go. Another low throw attempt, but Jackie's saying, no, I'm just going to Abare through this stuff. I'm going to attack you. Nice.
All from standout once again. Yeah, aggression. And now Janu finally in the lead in this set. Tried to go for a throw. Got to be very careful. 2Ps
Janu
just to gain the
saying,
advantage.
get off me, get off me. I've got 2Ps for you.
He's got 2 palms for you here. Taka now back on the board in terms of damage.
Couldn't get out of there. He rolled neutral. Oh, okay. Janu was quick on the shake there. Oh, here it is. It's equal rounds now.
Oh, we're at the final round here. We can't expect anything less from the winner. This is winners finals, right? Yes.
Yes.
So, Janu versus...
Oh, no, sorry. Losers semi we've got on the board here. Yeah, losers.
Oh.
It is
winners finals, folks. And look at that. So much offense coming out of Janu's side. Gets stomped for his trouble. Really going down to the wire here, Berserk.
2P evade. There's not much advantage on an evaded 2P. Jackie says, I have 3 knees, and that... What an unnatural thing to do.
Read him and weep, says Janu. The innovative, stuttering offense coming from Janu makes me take back my words on how Jackie is... we're rooting for him, but... I mean, you gotta admire the player Janu. He was able to really find his way back into that rhythm of that match, so...
And again, that's just classic Virtua Fighter, right? It's I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't have a meter. I don't have anything that you worry about, especially that's different from 30 seconds to 2 seconds to 3 rounds in. You've just got to think about what is my opponent thinking. And that last sequence was such an emblematic piece of work because Jackie through out that match was on the back foot. And he had to just work his way up the mountain. Literally, Taka is the mountain. And and to see at that point, because he can poke, he can do low-high mix-ups, but instead, in that last sequence, he did the forward kick knee 3 times in a row because the opponent wanted to fuzzy a throw, he wanted to duck a high, and he just caught it in the face.
Yeah, again, shout-outs to Janu making it all the way to the grand finals. Again, that was the winner's final set, so we'll see more of Namiwaru on the loser side of things. But folks, intense matches through and through here in the top 8. Berserk, I don't know about you, but I got to take a short break. I need to catch myself, or catch my breath here, because I could be vibrating off my seat. But folks, we're going to take a very short break. When you come up after this, it's going to be the loser semifinal, so don't go anywhere. More Virtua Fighter action when we come back.
Peggy 12. Peggy 18.
Ready, go!
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
The Pack.
Returning to the ring, a legend in his own right, a man who once dominated wrestling, who redefined what it means to be a fighter, and what dark design of fate has led him to face tonight. The very team that spelled an end to his glory days, that led to his controversial retirement, that shocked the world. Free from his pack tonight, he's hunting solo. The force of pain you can contain. Wolf Hockfield.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Virtua Fighter Open Championship online qualifiers for the APAC region. This is the first of two. The second one's happening next week. And right now, Berserk, we've already solidified this top four indications already. So some of these players we will be seeing in the regional finals.
Yeah, and look, this next match is so wild. Like, we've seen some interesting matches, but there's been some breakout players, and we've got Kobachio Okami versus Hato-sama. This is crazy. Like, Kobachio Okami is one of the most impressive, flexible in terms of their game style AOEs that I've ever seen. So this will be really crazy. And then Hato-sama's come up. We earlier saw the Akira, and the change up to Taka has been quite dominant in the last few matches. So this is going to be a match could not predict.
Yeah, this is actually the second time we're seeing Aoi versus Taka. We had the elf versus the demon, but now we're changing up the players here. But still, the type of matchup we are going to see, probably a more flexible Aoi in this matchup before this button check starts. But yeah, I want to double down onto how we've been seeing Kobachio Okami just really pull out all the stops with this character.
Yeah, the playstyle is quite varied. I think there's some really smart masking play going on here. When Kobachio Okami is making an attack sequence, there's during string adjustments going on. So they're watching the behavior of the opponent even during hit stun, and actually making some on-the-fly adjustments with. I guess they've got a couple of alternative paths in mind. They're so well practiced, of course. And there's a lot of disruption that's happening due to the way that change up in the gameplay and the attack sequences of Kobachio Okami.
Wow, and look at this button check. Kind of uncharacteristic. We're not going the full final round. I think Kobachio Okami means business. He's like, yo, all right, I'm ready. I'm warmed up.
We're respecting the audience. Yo, let's get on with it.
Exactly. Shout out to the audience. Shout out to production also. I think also production's like, all right, let's speed this up. Let's get things going. I want to see some amazing matches. I want to see how this matchup will play out because I would say Hato is back-to-back facing Aoi's here. So he's got his hands full here.
Two different styles, so this is going to be really interesting.
Oh, okay. Shout-outs to Toto. He did give us Kobachio. So thank you so much, Toto, for that. But now we are going to go back into the match here as we do see that Hato gets the big throw.
So Hato, and that's the low throw again. So both of the Takas are really good at recognizing when the opponent's feeling a bit freaked out and they want to sit low and evade something. Oh, there you go. There's that cancel and a mid kick again.
Yeah. So again, shout out to Toto. I think it's Kobachio. So apologies again if we are mispronouncing it, but we're going to go with Kobachio for now. Big chop here to open him up by Hato.
Nice stomps there. And really, just this is not what we've seen from Kobachio at all. And so it's Hato just really bullying every round so far. Nice. Ooh. There's another one. And it's also, notice, a double palm. So it's cluttered to reverse. And it comes out a little bit suddenly. There's there's the back throw. Man. Here's the combo. 1, 2, 3.
Really making you hesitate, right? So not much in terms of offense so far by Kobachio since 2-round deficit. But now some lows just open him up at the head, but trying to close it out, gets the finishing sequence, and Hato-sama. Dominant first game.
So there's a few people freaking out because they think Taka might win this tournament, but hey, what's wrong with Taka?
What are we talking about, man? But you got, okay, I don't think we can jump to conclusions just yet because you got Janu on winner's side. We have two Takas that can get that contention, but...
well, we're guaranteed to lose one of these Takas.
True. And potentially a Taka mirror match, unless someone doesn't want to run the mirror match, but a Taka mirror match could be very interesting to see.
I'll get to wave my Akira figure around because I think if Hato-san makes it through, I saw Shidosha mention that, Hato does not like mirror matches, so he might go. There you go. But he did lose as Akira earlier. So.
True. So maybe he might have figured something out. If he really dislikes the mirror match, could change things up. But back to business here. We are in City. Let's
what
see
does Kobachio learn from that mauling in the first round?
Double palms maybe to try and avoid that. But how can you avoid when you're being pressured against the wall here?
Wow, so far they've learned that you don't want to get smashed against the wall.
And that is a lesson paid in full, and 1 round is an expense there. So let's see if we're going to see some more movement. No, button start, but you're going to get grabbed.
That evade, that's backstep at the start of the round, has made this entire... Ooh, okay, the start of the round went to Hato-san due to that evade at the start, and he's made it through again. That's an excellent...
Too fast to call. Yeah,
this
too fast to call Berserk.
This is the Oi that we saw terrorizing people earlier, and we did what they were doing that was so different and amazing. And now they look like a regular player.
I'll tell you this, Berserk. I think Hato got so comfortable in the Aoi matchup that he is really ready for this. Trying to go for a crouch throw. No, gets another headache throw for his troubles. Huge life deficit on the side of Aoi here. Gets pushed out of the wall, and just like that, 3 straight. Hato is looking like a man on a mission here.
I mean, earlier we were saying, hey, it's unusual to feel bad for Jackie. At this point, we were saying, hey, what's going on here? I'm not going to feel bad for Oi at any point. I'm going to cheer for Oi at this stage because we've seen such amazing work done by Kobachio earlier. Man. However, there's been no sign of it. These
Takas, bro, they're wild. They're crazy and they're so strong. But yeah, kind of. I thought Kobachio would be Kobachio would be in a more advantageous mindset coming into this. But now he's on the back foot with 2-game deficit.
This time we're seeing a change. There's a nice evasion game and the duck over forcing the throw with and then punish. So sign of life at last.
Yes. Okay. You know, it's a pulse, right? We got to be able to make this heart keep going here. So Kobachio chat,
And there's a sequence that we've seen 3 times before. Now we're punished. That's really good. The punch sequence with the low kick cancel into a blockable kick, changed into a throw, and Kobachio is still... Oh, there's that throw. Headbutt. Into the wall.
And against the corner here.
Not enough.
It rolls away, but no, we push you back against the wall. You're on timeout, and no, we throw you back
that was
here.
Nasty.
It was. It really
Hato
was.
read. You watch this. Oh no, it was earlier in the replay. He read the quick get up and just went straight for the throw.
Definitely did, and just like that, even that pulse, even that sign of life here,
nice
kind of being taken away here. Throw escape from the ground though, and now we're back in cruise control here by Hato.
He's mixing up those throws. He doesn't want to get back thrown, so the front throw has been the one that's done the most damage. Ooh, nice. Okay. Hit stop. Hit stop. And I've just got the side turn advantage. So Kobachio leveling
the double palms. He tried going for it relentlessly 3 times, but the movement was on point by Kobachio. Let's see if he's going to continue on going with it. But yeah, we are seeing the momentum kind of swing towards Kobachio.
2, 3. What's the wake-up game? Okay. So he didn't get up quick that time, but you're going to get stomped in that case. Hard choice. Ooh, there's the wall stun. So it's match point now.
Yeah, Berserk. Final round, survival point, and match point on the side of Hato-sama to continue on here. But can Kobachio hold on? No.
Oh, he just stabbed at the start of the round, walks into it, and the chop finally works. What's the wake up? Okay, we wait. Copper stomp. And so there's a huge, huge mountain to climb, and there it is. That throw will lead to the end of the round. Hato-san, dominant. I think we saw, like, this was a character, this Aoi, the Kobachio Aoi is one that was fantastic. We saw some amazing play, some confusing play. They dazzled their opponents, and this time they got 2 rounds total in the whole set.
Yeah, that's it. That's crazy, right? With how well he was performing in the previous games that we were able to spectate to now, kind of a night and day difference. I think that just proves how Hato-sama was able to implore his offense, and yeah,
somebody hand Shidosha a towel. I think he's really excited by this Taka. I think
any Taka that is. I don't know. Again, we're gonna see possibly not the Taka mirror match, but yeah, if we were expecting winners of this, or top 4 in this tournament, I did not expect to see 2 Takas come out of these qualifiers. So incredible performance by Hato-sama. He will be going up against Namiwaru. So Akira Taka or a Taka match? Who knows?
Yeah, so we did see this match earlier. It was in fact Namiwaru who knocked Hato-sama into losers bracket. The reason why we're having this match the way we are is because we saw them earlier and it was Namiwaru who came up as Taka versus Akira. So the question is, we're not going to assume anything, but based on what we're hearing from the chat, Shidosha as a Taka player has commented, he's obviously a Hato-sama fan. He said Hato-sama hates the matchup when it's a mirror match. So he's going to change characters perhaps. And I'm seeing Akira. Here he is.
Show the figure. There
Here he
is.
is.
Always ready. Lunge him for the elbow, like towards the screen there. Let's see that.
All right, I get a bit disoriented because I'm mirrored here.
That's fine. There you go. Just a passing Akira, guys. Don't
He's just
mind
sliding
him.
Across.
Just sliding across. Pay him no mind, guys. But
that's what you call smooth movement. He's got the evade dash elbow right there.
Exactly. So, as Shidosha, and shout outs to him for joining us in the chat and giving us the context to the matchup we're about to see, which potentially will be an Akira versus Taka match. You have to admit that, I wonder who's going to get the advantage here, because like you said, it was Namiwaru that did send Hato to the loser side, so maybe he figured something out now against the Akira matchup against Taka.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look from the match we had earlier like even though he showed good signs that as Akira he really was able to impose much dominance at any time on the match. There were times at which he broke through and got some good damage and won a round or two, but the momentum was all Namiwaru's Taka. So it's an interesting choice to go back to Akira, and I'm seeing in the chat that, hey, there's some other characters that he could play. I saw Jeffrey mentioned, and we haven't seen Jeffrey. So that could be a pocket choice. Maybe he's sitting on Akira in the lobby. Wait, go to the menu right now and change character. But I think it's going to be just a matter of concentrating and thinking, what did I do? What am I going to do differently this time?
Yeah, I would love to see a different side of this matchup. But I mean, Jeffrey would be wild. Oh, sorry, that's a pun intended. But yeah, Jeffrey would be crazy matchup to see.
Yeah,
but,
he's a Mook wild.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is a button check or not. We just have to wait and see. No, I think we're gonna stand on business here. Go right on in. No, it's a button check.
No, yeah, that's definitely a button check. So we got Tengu Mask Akira. Feeling those buttons. I think they're good.
Yeah, so it seems like Namiwaru still on the Taka. I mean, Taka being well represented here in the APAC qualifiers here is definitely something that you can kind of see in each region which characters are prominent. So there it is, Akira, folks. Surprise Akira jump scare by Berserk.
So Akira wins the button check round again.
Sorry, if I may ask, how many figurines do you have? I saw Kage, I saw an Akira. What else figurines do you have?
Okay. I've got these. I forget the name of these. I've got Sarah as well. Here she is.
Oh, sorry. You got to move it center. There it is. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
We didn't see any Sarahs today.
No Sarahs, which is a little surprising. I think she's better than I think the Japanese players don't rate her that highly, but I think she's
interesting,
really scary. And of course, I got my girl Pie right here.
Oh, let's see that. Okay. Hey. There we go. Interesting. There we go. Okay, nice. So you got Kage Pai, Sarah, and poster boy Akira.
Yeah. And I do have the First for Figures Sega licensed Akira statue downstairs, but I wasn't going to pull that out. So out of the display cabinet.
A statue? So how big is it?
Yeah, it's taller than my head. So.
Oh, there you go. It's going to occupy the whole screen, chat. But
I've
that Berserk has
that. As well as Shenmue, Landi, and Rio.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, nice.
Follow Berserk on socials, and he'll post it on X. So if you guys want to check that out.
Oh yeah.
But
so have we got any hopes in the chat? Tell us if you want Akira to win or Taka. We'll see.
Oh yeah, let us know.
Let's see your responses as this match starts. Round one. Where did I get those figurines? I got them from Japan. Where do you think? All right, we're starting off. And we've got the launcher, chop chop. And the low throw. You want to wake up crouching? I'm ready to low throw you every time.
Tried to go for it again there, but now double palms, but on Akira's side now.
Double palm on wake up. So we're back at neutral. Nothing much came of that for Akira. Nice evade and the guard break. So that actually did quite a lot. We're very close now. Nice fuzzy once again. He didn't take anything from the sidestep, but the low attack sees us. So, do we have Akira fans in the chat? I don't know. I don't know if we had any predictions, but one round up there for Hato-sana.
But Akira now. I mean, this is night and day difference, right? Because we did see in this previous matchup, Akira couldn't really do much. But let's see how we're going to continue on here as Namiwaru tries to get back in this matchup.
We have seen Namiwaru lose at first and then come back to win, so we definitely won't count anyone out at this point, but it's good signs. It's a lot more than we saw from Hato-san earlier.
True.
There he is,
okay.
super dashing elbow. And just a double palm to finish off, let you know I'm still here.
Just another button check at the end of the round. But, oh, wow, nice evasion on Namiwaru. Throw him.
Oh, and there's the circular, just to let him know you can't step against me. Dragon Lance.
Yep.
That is a nice wall hit, and we've got a full combo. And the wake-up sequence exploited the wake-up beautifully. So that's 3 rounds straight from Hato. He only got 2 out of the whole set earlier, and he goes up 1 match in this losers semi-final.
Yeah, couldn't close it out. As the rounds were progressing, you started to see a little more confidence in his play. and kind of scrambly, ending it with the 2Ps, but you saw the movements. Yeah, losers finals here. So big stakes here for qualification. I mean, top 4 does qualify, but to win this tournament, they want to make that run towards Janu, who is waiting with that Jackie at grand finals. But so far, I mean, Namiwaru can adjust up against the Akira. We've seen him find success in their first matchup.
And yeah, there's something to be said here. Like, I wonder if after seeing the way Janu played and had to really work to overcome Namiwaru earlier.
Hang on.
Ooh, okay, we've got a change to Brad coming in.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
We've only seen one Brad earlier, and it wasn't Namiwaru, it was Brad.
Yeah, and what I like to point out is the instant change up here, because Namiwaru are really known for that Taka. Immediately understood, all right, the 3-round straight didn't work. My favorite, which I thought was kind of back and forth towards the start. So just instantly knows or kind of has an inkling of how to adjust and wants to match the speed and possibly want to be able to kind of be the oppressor here with the Brad.
Yeah, that's the word. I think he wants to take advantage of Brad's long string pressure and disrupt Akira's ability, because Akira's all about fast strikes and doing good damage, getting a counter hit, and then rolling out with a combo. In the defensive game, he was exposed. His Taka wasn't getting the hits in, and he didn't have enough speed in this instance, so Brad might make up for that. Bit of movement at the start of the round.
I think also, didn't Virgo kind of change up to the Brad too? I think he was up against Akira as well. So probably trying to figure out, make a matchup here. Nice throw escape here, but it is Hato that is leading in terms of life though.
Nice. That was very smart by Hato. He went in for the 6P step back and then just waited, because if he had to just continue the sequence, he would have got hit. Okay,
creating space first, but let's see that string pressure come out of Brad, but no, Hato has different plans here. Nice duck from the PK.
Yeah, that
another one.
There's an attempt at the special high with the K. Ooh, nice step into the PK combo, escaped the back throw. Oh, and it's Hato's Akira that just bursts through, says, look, I've got a fast move for you here.
Does, and we did see a little bit of that clinch try to implore itself, but gets a shoulder for his troubles, and now the 2Ps to interrupt. We haven't seen that much strings from Brad just yet. Okay,
a little grab with Doom attempt there, but just hesitant. 1-2. Okay, looking for the fast wake up, and Brad says it's my turn. And just as quick at that, it comes back the other way. Hato-san has worked through another 3 rounds. The Brad didn't work. Are we going to see another change?
What are we thinking here, Berserk? I mean, I would say that the Taka did make a bigger impact. The Brad, unfortunately, couldn't get any string pressure going. I mean, we did see attempts at sways to go for the clinch, but back to Taka now. Interesting.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously it's hindsight at this point, but you'd have to say the Brad was a mistake, and it's a matter of now take a breath, think about what changed in that match as Taka, because he did defeat Hato-san earlier, so he knows how to do it, he can do it. He's really just got to knuckle down and refocus his mind on the match.
True. And this was the stage they did it in as well, and where he was able to get the victory. So maybe he's got to remind himself that he knows what to do. But sidestep option, no, we throw. And now it seems like Namiwaru, gets ducked for his trouble.
Oh, that. Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a nice punish, considering he didn't get a punish off the launch attempt, and there was an evade, but he comes back in and Dragon Lance to death.
Yeah, Hato-sama looking real good. Wants to go to the grand finals, but as you said, gets the launch here. Ball pressure, we stomp on him as well.
You're going to stay on the ground. Let's stomp you. Neutral throw.
Ooh, tried to attempt the throw there, but gets the grab, and now just like that, seems like Hato-sama trying to rally back into this matchup here.
Yeah, a nice little bit of movement, looking for another chance to jab through. Ooh, one touch, one more. And Namiwaru has a round on the board.
finally on the board, right? I think that was 7 rounds straight onto the side of Hato. So kind of putting, just stopping the bleeding for now. But anything could change with Akira.
Ooh, that whiff throw and then, low throw. Here's the combo. 1, 2, 3. I wonder what that hop was all about. That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe a misinput.
Punished.
To the Dragon lands, and now walks into the super rushing elbow. Breaks the wall as well.
So yeah, there's a different Hato playing right now than what we saw before. He needed to be warm up, I guess. So that'll be a question for whoever moves on. It's like, do they play hot? Is Janu cooling down over there, or is that time for him to get ready?
I know, but Hato-sama able to try and find the finishing sequence, ending it with an excellent, incredible performance on Hato-sama, actually making Namiwaru go through the different gauntlet characters here, and Akira sticking it out there, able to work at the end. So there you go. Oh wait, where'd it go?
He's just leaping across the screen. That was great. I mean, love that combo at the end. It's a classic Akira with the jump kicks. That's beautiful to see. It's kind of, it's something that in the pre-patch, pre-Revo patch, people weren't using so much, and the combo sequences for Akira have changed a little bit, and we're seeing that a bit more. It's a bit more spectacular, so I love to see it.
Yeah, and you pointed it out, right? What kind of Hato-sama are we going to be seeing up against Janu? Because he is firing on all cylinders, and Janu has been kind of on the ice for now, and did kind of take a break. And speaking of a break, we are going to take a short break right before Grand Finals, folks. So don't go anywhere. Grab some popcorn, grab some drinks, because Grand Finals is going to happen right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
See you soon.
Peggy 12. Peggy 18.
Ready, go!
for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Returning to the ring, a legend in his own right, a man who once dominated wrestling, who redefined what it means to be a fighter, and what dark design of fate has led him to face tonight. The very team that spelled an end to his glory days, that led to his controversial retirement, that shocked the world. Free from his pack tonight, he's hunting solo. The force of pain you can contain. Wolf Hockfield.
Folks, we are at the grand finals here at the Virtua Fighter Open Championship online qualifiers for APAC. Berserk and Potch Spice here. Berserk getting hit by the elbow. Berserk, how you feeling about our grand finals match?
I'm excited. We did not think that Hato-sama, based on getting knocked into losers earlier by Namiwaru, would make it this far, but he's defeated his nemesis. He's defeated the guy that knocked him to losers bracket with Akira. I reckon he's going to ditch Akira now. So get your elbows in now. We've seen them. He's going to go back to Taka because he doesn't have to worry about a mirror match, and he's facing Janu with Jackie.
And right, Janu coming into the grand finals, right, actually had a hard time going against Namiwaru's Taka. So we did kind of root for him a little bit, but coming into this next one, I think he's kind of accustomed to the Taka matchup. Again, this is a different player, though. You got to play the player, not the character. So, like to the point that you mentioned, Hato is very warmed up now, and Janu's been kind of just waiting in the wings for this matchup.
Yeah, and I wonder if that is either a good thing for him. It really depends on the player. Some people want to stay warmed up and they lose their energy, but for others, it's a chance to reset your mental stack, think back on what you've been doing and focus down on what works. So it'll be interesting. And this has been a matchup we've seen a couple of through this tournament, but not with these players. So this is the first time they've met.
Yeah, I would say though, like, has the tension kind of dissipated in terms of like, okay, I want to get that lick back up against the person that did send me to the losers, and now this is a new challenge up against me with Janu, right? So let's see if he still has that fire to, or at least has a lot left in the tank to go up against him, because again, grand finals, Janu does have a winner's advantage.
That's true. And they're just doing their button check, and at least through the button check, we've proven what we said, that it is back to Taka for Hato-san. So we've got our giant Christmas elf ready to smash up all your Christmas presents and ruin Christmas.
What do you mean? He's here to give you presents in terms of low crouch grabs and the headache throws and whatnot. So
yeah, that's true. That would be a good Christmas gift
for Taka mains out there. Hopefully Shadosha's watching to see this, because he has been hyping up Hato-sama ever since the start of the stream. So excited to see how they're gonna fare here. Really whittling down the time here on this button check.
Just trying to find a way out, a fun way out. Yeah. I wonder, did they choose this stage deliberately for the button check? We've seen it a couple of times, or did it come up on random? I think it was random. Because we start with random, just so you guys know. We start with random, and then the loser has the option to actually specifically pick a stage, which has been an interesting dynamic, and seeing what stages people prefer. I think it kind of reveals a little bit of the psychology of the player and how they're feeling about the matchup, how much space they want because of the stage they chose. That's been an interesting thing in the rule set.
True. And what we have been seeing is a lot of city stage Actually, it's a lot of cities. I think that's from Densetsu and a couple of other players from Japan just keeping it like in that square stage. Were there any other stages that rose to prominence for you, or any other stages that you want to see, Berserk?
You know what? I just want to see new stages. Sega, get onto it.
Shoutouts. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure we'll see some new stages, but we're gonna head to the dojo here. No walls to start things out.
Walls. Yeah. So this is a great stage because the walls will drop lift and drop between rounds, so it changes the dynamic about what the edge of the ring is going to be all about. Right. So Janu starting the block sequence well and just imposing a throw. Ooh, and that forced the low throw because that was a hop into low stun.
Yeah, and that had a lot of startup time, so him doing that really caught him. But now 2Ps just try to catching each other off guard, checking the defenses, but that string's going to close it out for Janu.
I think Hato-san made a mistake there because he did it slow, he delayed it. He could have just stopped that sequence.
Those palm strikes have been working out for him, but let's see if he's going to go back to the well there. Able to get the throw after the 3-3P got blocked.
Nice throw escape, and let's get the push to the wall. Resisted. Okay, went under the high, no bounce. And it's Janu's turn. Wanted a little bit more out of that. Tucker was too heavy, but he managed to win neutral again, and he's 2 rounds up in this grand final.
Yeah, these final sequence, right? The first one, block punish, now able to create whip opportunities. Janu seems to be firing on all cylinders as well, even though he was on a break. Uh-oh. Oh my, just oppression after oppression sequence. Final sequence here, but able to get that string to close it out.
That's pretty tight. You see that small movement as he was just making sure that he's got adequate space away from the edge of the ring, but it also meant a little bit of a delay on wake up, and Janu was able to reply.
Yeah, in response, but
Akira, he's back.
Interesting. Get that figurine out once again, folks.
He's here. He's waiting to elbow. But yeah, interesting.
I thought he was actually going to stick it out with Taka for a little bit, but maybe he's kind of warmed up to the Akira.
Yeah, but look, his Akira's been really good. I actually like this choice. I honestly do. So I think that there's been a few moments where like he struggled as Taka there, but he was getting a few side turn hits. He was setting up some block pressure, and I guess he's recognizing like, okay, I can deal with Jackie's attack pressure, but I'm not getting as much out of it with Tucker as I need to right now. I'm going to go back to Akira. I was more comfortable. I've played a lot of Akira this tournament. So, yeah, let's see it. I think he's got a good chance.
Yeah, 2 poster boys of Virtua Fighter here at our grand finals, folks. Jackie and Akira. Regarded as one of the best the top characters, or like we see a lot of the presence of them in tournament. So let's see how Hato is going to kind of change things up with this Akira.
Ready, go!
Bit of side switching. Okay, not too much going on. There's the super dashing elbow combo time. Okay, Hato said, I'm here to play. Jackie says, I don't care, I'm gonna watch you.
Gets that scooping mid kick, but now super dashing elbow just to keep him in check. Sidestep elbow.
Ooh, wow, the defense is so strong. Jeez. Look at that read from a distance.
Final sequence here, goes low that time.
You gotta
Janu.
figure the load's coming.
Yeah, incredible stuff on Janu's side.
So it's 1 round up, even though Hato made the first blood in this. The first round went to Janu.
Yeah.
He's up 1-0 in the set.
Look at that, constantly making him guess, canceling out the jackknife kick, and now wall pressure coming in. No, we move.
Nice evade on block. Time for a combo. Okay. Yep. Cancel the punch just to get the 2P into palms.
6P just to check, but my god, able to get the jackknife kick when he needed it. Again, 6P to check the mids to stop him from crouching. And Janu again staggering the pressure from to open up the defenses of Hato.
Just when we thought Hato was like, he's showing so much patience and he's going to take his turn, Jackie says, no, it's still my turn.
The chat has turned on Jackie. They're rooting for Akira now. Impressive start. 2 rounds, I would say, on Janu's side. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's the nice guard break. Back into the wall and pick him up. Okay, nice. Gets the down punch.
Whoa.
Holds on nicely. Watch your feet. Okay, that was nice. So the low kick was evaded, and he just said, "I finish this string," because Jackie didn't actually have that much time to attack back.
Yeah, the string realignment, but now 4th round start with a throw. Janu still kind of in the driver's seat here. 6P just to check. 2 throws in the bag for him in this 4th round. Uh-oh.
Nice. And the shoulder to finish. Good throw escape. And block. That was smart.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Jackie. The side wall game is so rough. And part of the problem here is as the defender or as the person fighting Jackie, he can actively, this all about the foot position again, and things happen so fast. There wasn't much time to recognize foot stance, and he got stunned, and then the roundhouse kick knocks you to the wall, and all of a sudden it's over.
Yeah, just I mean, and this stage also really promotes that sidewall, right? And here in the waterfall. So round start sweep on Janu's side and gets the launcher as well in this exchange.
Into the wall and finish the combo with advantage. Another mid punch.
Uh-oh.
Hato taking his chances, but Jackie saying no. It was just a jab check into the throw. So he's put the conditioning on.
100%. Wow, just initial start. We switch sides. Tried to delay the string there, but now we're seeing signs of life from Hato. Trying to get the guard break.
Nice. Didn't manage to get the wall for extra hits there, but he's still holding position. Nice.
There you go.
Guard break of doom.
6P though. Yo, Janu is still on the hunt for these straight hits, but now can he close it out? Super dashing elbow to get that 2nd round. Hato on the board here.
Semicircular there from Hato that set him up to finish that round. So nicely done with 1 round apiece. Moving far away at neutral, and that's not a bad choice considering how fast Akira can move in.
Definitely.
Okay. Wait and watch. Ooh, I think he wanted the wall hit. He was just off axis for that. Yeah.
Oh, gonna make him pay for that. Janu trying to go for the jackknife, pushing him back towards the wall here. Oh, finishing the string.
A little unlucky there, Hato, because Jackie just went and finished the string, as he said, and you wouldn't expect that with so much room, but he had control.
Yeah, all's well that ends well. Yeah, Hato's trying to close out this game here. Now we push towards the wall.
His speed on that throw has been quite impressive in this round. It's a down back to forward throw, so it's actually... Oh, and then he finishes the round. It's 1 on the board now, with Hato fighting his way up from loser's bracket, looking for a reset.
Yeah, Hato just letting the Akira kind of cook a little bit. Like you said, the throws, the speed on it is just so good. And I think maybe now Janu might consider changing up the stage because a lot of the wall exchanges were not in his favor. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's still going to be an uphill climb for our hero Hato, and Janu is still kind of figuring things out because it was his game all throughout the 2 games.
Yeah, and it is a tight stage. There were a few sequences there which it changed in terms of who was benefiting. We saw a couple of moments where they were both side to wall and Jackie had the advantage, but when Hato made space and was able to attack dead on, he made the most of it.
Okay, so now we're seeing the switch up on the stage here. I wonder where we're going to land at to just give that... temple. So we're going to see how the change is going to be on Janu's side.
Okay. Temple with a low wall, a larger stage, so you've got a bit of room before you get to that low wall, but it is pretty freaky when you're up against it. Here we go. Hato making space.
Wow.
And nicely done. I think we're just over halfway already in terms of damage in a short space of time. Jackie just poking his way back into contention.
Yep. Oh my god, really opening up the defensive, but no, eat this palm, says Hato. And just like that, yeah, just 2 big sequences on Hato's side for him to gain that round.
Again, there's a moment where he's playing patient, waiting for his turn, and he finally gets it. Ooh, he went to duck that. That is a really tough mid-launching.
True.
Goes for it again, normal hit. Ooh, here we go.
Oh my god. Purple flash just to get the grab from back turn. And now guard break of doom just for Hato to try and pick up the pieces in the second round. But still on the hunt is Janu for some damage.
And it's just all about those fundamentals, but he ran out of time. So that was nice. You see Janu just jab elbowing his way back into contention.
Really high level game we're seeing here. Just 6 Ps just to kind of check the elbow just for him to open up Janu.
Jab exchanges, and that's just enough hesitation to throw, and he combos his way through. We're now at 2-2. That was a quick 3 rounds once again from Hato.
Yeah, so Hato kind of just adjusting and making sure that the timing is well, and him trying to adjust towards this matchup and the Akira really paying off. I like the wherewithal not to force the Taka match, and his Akira is definitely paying off in strides here.
So it's something we've seen a few times, and again, the value of 3 out of 5, we can't say enough that this game is a game of comebacks. It really swings wildly as the players get used to playing each other, and they're forcing habits on the other player. We'll see if Janu can actually close this out, because he's still at advantage in this grand final.
He is still. Now, nice sequence of movements on both players here. Jackknife kick, cancels, blocks on both sides, but it's him. It's Hato to get the stagger.
He's playing at distance, just trying to force a whiff, and he'll take a lot. Yeah, really nicely done there by Hato.
Yeah, I didn't need to overextend there. We did see Janu able to kind of turn the tides in really bad sequences. So just tagging the lows just to close that one out. Nice gut punch throw here on the side of Hato.
Nicely done. Forced him into the side turn block, and then went for the throw. The throws on side turn are only left or right, so often that's easy to read, but at this speed, even the top players are sometimes going to miss.
Trying to go for that guard break once again, but now it's strings coming out on Janu's side. Jab, 6 Ps, but we throw and we try to close this out.
Wow, my back, Jackie says. And it's...
Hey, but Berserk, we're 1 round away from reset point here on the grand final. So Hato, Akira, super dashing elbow to open him up.
And another super dash. So he's forced the block sequence, but actually Janu is not intimidated. Trying to poke his way back into the game. Nice evade and throw. So it's actually quite close for both. Oh, that was so smart.
Gets the stagger. One more with
2 lows. And it's a reset.
Yeah, Hato, the Akira pick paying off here to reset the grand finals. Janu has not found a solution up against this Akira. We're back to 0-0. And let's see what the change is going to be here. We're going to change characters. We're going back to random, by the way. So, again, everything's kind of reset here, but Janu has the option, but he's still sticking with the Jackie.
Yeah, I think both players have shown enough signs that they can win, but there's no point changing character at this stage. They've really got to condition the opponent and put them in a position where they can survive their attack and build an offense that will win the game from here. They've seen enough of one another to work that through. So this is all down to the player and the mind games.
Yeah, and starting off in Deep Mountain here. Again, high tension stage here because you can get the ring out once you side turn, or you get the walls. Sweep to start out for Janu, but nice defense on Hato's side. Couldn't throw break that knee.
Nice super dashing elbow into a fuzzy and block just to watch, but Janu is quick enough to recognize, and he throws for the first round win.
Wow, round start buttons on Janu's side. Defense on the low here, but he's pulling out strings here, Berserk.
He put himself with back to the wall, and it looked like Hato was going to take a turn to take advantage of it, but he doesn't care where he is. Janu has actually moved all around the stage. He's going to make the most of every situation. 2 rounds up so far in this reset bracket.
Ooh, quick
nice
rounds,
tuck.
right? Oh,
Yeah, very
wow.
quick.
But
Nice fade. Oh,
my-
that was sweet. And because it's a short stage, you get all the way to the wall. Extra damage.
Uh-oh. Elbow finds its mark here just for put Janu in a bad
Break of
spot.
Doom.
There you have it, folks. Hato back in this matchup here at Deep Mountain. How many guard breaks of Doom? So many guard breaks of Doom he's in
So well
this
read.
set.
He finally blocked on wake up, so. Okay.
Okay.
Poking, elbow, jab, elbow, evade. It's all the fundamentals. Oh, that is the nicest stomp. And Jackie, oh, he's got one little sliver of life. Here comes Hato.
Pixel and
Got
a
it,
prayer.
Danny.
Oh, gets the throw to close it out. That could have gone sideways for Janu, but yeah, having the wherewithal, a lot of throws, but a lot of guard breaks. So we are seeing the Yomi game being played, a lot of conditioning on both sides here. So still,
It's
I
a
would
hard
say kind of
situation
even.
to pick there. Yeah, like he actually got him on side turn, got the hit, and then did the double palm on block, and then okay, there's more recovery on block. I could just let it. Oh, it's back to Tucker. Okay, interesting. Well, look, he's won through to the reset, so he's got a little bit more room. And okay, so perhaps he's felt that Janu has worked out his Akira, and it's time to just change the pace a little bit back to Tucker. He gave up on Tucker last time pretty quickly. He got defeated quite soundly by Janu.
What if he was? That's the big brain play. It was Taka all along.
It was always Taka.
It was always Taka in grand finals. He just wanted to. Akira was like the pawn or like the meat shield, and then Taka comes in as the big boss character that we are going to see here. So who knows? That could have been the big brain play, or like you said, maybe. All right, the Akira's kind of figured out here those convincing rounds that Jackie was able to get off me with the Akira. So maybe going back to the main with Hato here on the Taka.
And he's actually hovering over Shrine like he deliberately wants to out stage, it looked. So, I mean, Taka does have a lot of carry once he launches. So I guess he wants to create that pressure without having the danger of Jackie turning it into a sidewall hit into combo situation. So maybe that's what's going on here, but he's hovering over this a lot. Is this thinking time? Like, he's really got a lot to consider about this.
Yeah, I think this is very important because you don't want, like you said, with Janu and Jackie, they're momentum based. Like, this is a very pivotal moment because if it's two games up, man, the momentum is really on his side. So this is a very telling matchup that he has to consider. If it's going to be Shrine or if it's going to be in a close quarter stage. Like you said, Taka is kind of a ring out specialist with the way he can kind of bully you into the corner and just get you ring out.
So yeah, it's still hovering. I wonder if there's any little bit of a delay on the player's side. Maybe he's just taking a little bit of time on this to sip a drink and cool down. Make sure, that is a tactic we've seen even at offline tournaments. It's like sometimes you're going to stick with your character. Like, he's already changed character in this instance, but sometimes you see players go back to character select and just take a moment.
Do you think the Taka switch is... Because I thought the Akira was kind of cooking, but
yeah,
he wants to just change it early on.
We'll soon find out. Okay. So he sipped his drink and we're going back to Palette. Okay.
6 by 6.
So I've got to theorize on this one. Yeah, Palace.
Ooh.
So, yeah, okay. It makes sense. I mean, if Jackie backdashes at the start of the round and he decides to just do Tucker's launch, then he'll hit the wall and that's most of your life gone. So there's those sort of scenarios to consider.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a whole choice. It's right. He's changed to Taka and the stage is part of the change.
Possibly. So let's see how Janu can kind of adjust because he's already found out how to handle the Akira, but now has to change things back up to face the Taka.
Ooh, there it is. That's that wall hit you want. So first blood in the round, first hit, first combo.
Ooh, gets the throw here, headbutt back against the wall. Oh man, so much damage on Taka. Ooh, sidestep the credit card swipe. Double push mid there to close it out for Hato.
So it's one round up, doing just what he needs to do with the change-up, and we'll see if Janu adjusts once again.
Uh-oh. Gets the half circle throw here just to add more damage on the board. We dash on in for that big launching kick.
Ooh, so he chose the wrong combo there to make the most of it, but he's got the side turn sequence. You don't really get knocked out, you get knocked the hell out here.
That's true.
We don't like those elves in this house.
In this palace. Oh, nice string punish there. Back turn. No, 2P gets blocked out as well. Here's a throw for your troubles.
Just a nice elbow to keep him in check. Keep the wall to Jackie's back. And now we've turned it around. Okay.
2 throws just for waking up here. So now Janu gets the launch.
The
staggers.
Okay. So I think there was a lot in the earlier round from Hato, which was focusing on getting throws, and I think Janu's read it. He's just striking through it all.
He is.
Oh wow!
Tries to go for another launch. Stagger against the wall. This is where Taka wants to be.
Nice
stomp again.
Jab, jab, and throw. There it is. So that's part of the conditioning, and it's pretty fundamental. I mean, you've just copped a heap of damage. You had a wall hit. Jab, jab, throw. It's gonna get the best of it.
Okay, 2Ps from both sides. We're blocking. You got to be very careful. It seems like Hato's win condition is to grab at the start. Move.
He's trying to keep Jackie under control, but he won't be controlled. He's going to keep attacking. Okay, one attempt at the hit launch.
Uh-oh.
No wall
this
time.
Here. Gets the throw to close it out. And yeah, like you pointed out, Jackie just constantly being a moving target, right? The grab at the start was working out, but Janu's still able to eke it out, giving the advantage 2-0 in this race to 3. We've already reset everything. Now it's up to Hato to decide on how he's going to control the next match.
Yeah, I think there's like the psychology is in effect. I think there was a definite attempt to just push Janu into a situation where he feels like he's got a block, and he was going for throw setups. But Janu's interpreted it correctly, and he's gone a bit wild. He's said, I'm going to strike. I'm going to abare. I'm going to hit you. You've got me blocking. And there hasn't been much of that. So he's, in terms of being forced to block and taking throw. So we're back to Akira.
Back to Akira, back to the training room. So Hato probably trying out the Taka. Hopefully it's not too late. 2Ps, but grab game still on Janu's side.
Yeah, the 2Ps into a side turn guard break attempt, and Janu read it. He evaded it. There's that first round.
Clean precision offense on Janu's side. So Hato still on the back foot here, but the Akira hopefully doesn't lose steam in his next 3 matches that he needs to win. 3 rounds at least.
Oh, that's nice. There's some classic Akira pressure there, and at distance. So we're just working each other out at this point again. Didn't get any advantage off that guard break. But the poking is just going Janu's way.
Oh, the duck and able to actually, the defense able to let out here. So now, match point, grand finals point here on Janu's side. He did get reset, but we started out with a grab. Movement, interruption, super dashing elbow. We move, says Janu, but we still continue to keep grabbing here.
Nice block on the Dragonlance sequence, and he's got the advantage now. Just a sliver of life left. And that is it. Janu has made it through after being reset in the grand. After a huge run by Hato, and Jackie remains supreme. Amazing work there by Janu, who seemed, for a long time, he seemed like, hey, this is kind of a normal Jackie, and he seems to be having struggles. But normal Jackie's just fine. He's a really good Jackie as it.
He definitely is. Congratulations to Janu for being our Virtua Fighter Open Championship Online Apac Qualifier here on this tournament. The Akira is going to move on away from Jackie. There you have it. Oh no, that super dash and elbow. Unfortunate, but still congratulations to Hato making it this far, because the top 4 do qualify for the regional finals. Again, September 21 is the date to remember, folks, for that. And also do tune in next week to get more of the action here. So here we have it, folks. Talk to me more, Berserk, about the slide that we are seeing now.
Yeah, so we've just experienced Qualifier 1. It's been a fantastic time. And Qualifier 2 is next week on September 7. It'll be interesting to see. I'm sure a lot of the same players will be coming back to test themselves once again. So maybe some of the great players that we saw just miss out today will be in the mix next week. So we'll know what to look for. It's been an exciting time. And it's great to see a set of players, particularly from Japan, that we haven't seen necessarily travel. So this is bringing a few more lights to people that really deserve a lot of attention. Great players here, leading into the regional final, of course, and then the winner ultimately will go to the Open Championship Global Final.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more of the big hitters that we did talk about. Densetsu, Homestay Akira, Yu, Rayora. Some of the players we're also not used to seeing, but I'm glad this is how it kind of shook out in the top 4. Congratulations to the ones that did qualify, and shout outs to Janu for being your Open Championship Online Apac qualifying winner for the first one. So we still got number 2 to worry about. Number 2. But Berserk, talk to me. Closing thoughts before we close out the stream.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of twists and turns in this tournament, and I'll be really interested to see how it goes next week, because I think some of these players that had a really great shot, and like there's some like the Oi play before from Kojiro was amazing and got totally shut down by Hato, who just came second in this tournament. So these sort of players, I think, given a different matchup and sequence through the tournament, you could see something special.
Yeah, give them time, give them a different matchup. We could see something different, but that about does it for us here at the Casters booth here, folks. Again, shout outs to TNS for keeping things in check. Shout outs to Sega, Steam, and NVIDIA for putting this all together. That's Berserk. I'm Potchspice. You have been watching the Virtua Fighter Open Championship Online Qualifier for APAC. Again, next week will be the second qualifiers for APAC, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Keep playing Virtua Fighter, folks, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
See you, everyone.